Common App. One application for all your goals. Can your bank do that? Find out at fnb-online.com/eStore. FNB, member FDIC.
Get your business in the game with Glass Mirror Fuel. We supply gas, diesel, propane, and other fuels for businesses throughout Western and Central PA. We even loan tanks and pumps. Call 800-235-9054 or visit glassmirror.com. Your power play for fuel.
This segment of the UPMC Penguins pregame show is brought to you by Labatt and Labatt Blue Light, the official import beers of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always enjoy responsibly.
Let's welcome in Pierre Maguire for the first time in a while here, and he was really busy during the break doing tremendous reports online for the Olympics and keeping tabs of all the games that were going on over there. So, Pierre, I know you're anxious to get back into the National Hockey League grind. Welcome back.
Well, I'm thrilled to be back with my favorite Pittsburgh Penguins and Paul Steigerwald. So thanks for having me back, Paul. I'm really excited about the rest of this season is going to be phenomenal. It really is.
So let me ask you, can the Penguins survive maybe as much as 4 weeks? I don't think it'll be that many, but can they survive without Sid?
I think they can. Part of it's going to be Ricard Rakell and whether he can move from the wing to center. That's going to be number one. Number two, obviously the line with Chinakhov, Novak, and Malkin has been very good. They got to keep it up. And one of the good parts about this whole break during the Olympics was Ben Kindle had a chance to rest. And I think that's going to be really important for him because he's going to get added assignments. And the final part is, can Avery Hayes show us the same enthusiasm, vim, vigor, and vitality, I like to call it, like he showed the last time the Penguins played when they were in Buffalo? If he can do that on a night-to-night basis, I think they can. It won't be as easy, obviously, but I think they can.
They got Sammy Girard, another trade for Kyle Dubas, in which he also got a second-round pick. He's been great at that. Your thoughts on that deal with Kulak going to Colorado?
Well, in Colorado, they were really excited to get Kulak just because they want to have more of a size dimension on their back end. Sammy's not really big. I've been watching Sammy since he was a junior player, obviously, in the province of Quebec, and he was originally drafted by Nashville, went to Colorado, and you know, I think really found himself in Colorado. He did a lot of really good things as a player there. He learned a lot about the intensity of the game from Nathan McKinnon and obviously Gabriel Landeskog, and he's been part of the Stanley Cup winning team. Now, Paul, the one thing, though, that hasn't been reported enough, he's never missed the playoffs as a player, which is really good. When they won the Cup, though, in 22, he only played 7 games. People forget that. Their team won pretty handily. They won 16 and they lost 4. So they only played 20 games that playoff season. Most teams play about 24 to 26. They only played 20 that year, and he only played 7 of 20. So his actual Stanley Cup final experience is not like huge, but he's a very good puck mover. He's a good player. He's got a lot of time left in terms of how his legs hold up, and I'm excited to see how he fits in with this defense.
I'm excited, too, to see how he fits in with Chris Letang because I thought Kulak did a good job. Some people I know have said, you guys made too big a deal out of how well Letang played with Kulak, but I do think he complimented him well, so it's going to be interesting to see how quickly those two could develop some kind of chemistry.
Well, I think it's a great point, but I already read some of the same sound bites you've probably already seen, and that is that he can't wait to play with Christopher only because he grew up worshiping at the altar of Christopher Letang. A lot of Canadian kids, especially kids in the province of Quebec, did. Letang wasn't just a great NHL player. He was a phenomenal World Junior player. He's a great major junior player in the province of Quebec. He came with serious pedigree. So a lot of people knew that. So I think that's exciting when you get a kid that like Girard that's looking up to a guy like Christopher Letang. I think it'll really help the Penguins out a lot.
So we have a big trade made by the Penguins to get a defenseman. Will there be any others, do you think, for Kyle Dubas between now and the trade deadline? I think Kulak always looked like a guy who was a strong candidate to be traded. Not so sure about Stuart Skinner, but you never know.
No, you never know. That's kind of the take I'm going to go with too, Paul. You never know. There'll be some need for goaltending around, I think, the National Hockey League. So Stuart Skinner's name will probably go to the top, especially when you look at Murashoff and the way he's played for the Penguins in the future that he has with the group. And it also makes it a little bit more cap-friendly for the Penguins long term. Here's the biggest thing. I can tell you around the league, there's going to be a lot of trades between now and next Friday. And so teams that think they have a real legitimate chance to compete, I think you'll see be very active. Teams that aren't nearly as excited about where they stand right now, they'll probably be moving players out. They won't be acquiring any, though, that are going to be additions to their cap. It's going to be an interesting time in the league, Paul. It really is. What I will say, though, one thing that's really important is the East has never been this fluid over the last 5 years. It is amazingly fluid. Anybody could win the East. Anybody, Paul. And I know Tampa's really good. We'll see how good they are tonight when they play in Carolina. But anybody can win the East. And if Kyle Dubas is thinking, maybe I'll get a little greedy here because he's got a lot of assets, they could add and they can make their team very dangerous.
That is a really good point. All of a sudden, the Penguins have a completely different mindset about what they could accomplish, and it might change his mindset in terms of what he's thinking as he goes in to the trade deadline. It might be completely different from what it was before. Thanks a lot, Pierre. That's great stuff, and we'll look forward to talking to you before the next game on Saturday.
Can't wait, my friend. Take care. Enjoy the game, everybody.
That's Pierre McGuire. He's all over the world, literally through the internet, doing some great stuff, and he even has a podcast now called Inside the Game, and it's really good stuff. You might want to look for it online. We'll be back with Dan Muse in a moment on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Only on SiriusXM POTUS. This isn't team politics. This is right and wrong, and I'm calling it exactly how I see it. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. If you're dodging accountability, I'm coming for you. I ask the questions both sides hate, and the public deserves answers. It's my show. It says it right there in the title. I don't do excuses. I tell you exactly how I feel. But it's you, the listener, my callers, that keep it grounded. I just want an open, honest conversation. Catch my show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on POTUS, channel 124, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Real Madrid do what they do best. A five-star show from Manchester City. What a start for Inter.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio.
Mike Johnson.
Just the nature of the NHL. As bad as things seem, as good as things seem, the NHL just has a way of leveling out. Everyone is doing okay, and it's just one real clump in the middle. No one's really separating. No one's really falling off completely.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, your neighborhood Ford store. Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs are the official vehicles of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now it's time for Muse's Musings.
Well, it has been a bit of a whirlwind for Sammy Girard coming to Pittsburgh yesterday, meeting new teammates, going through the whole, orientation, if you will, with the Pittsburgh Penguins organization. And Dan Muse talked about how he'll be able to hit the ground running tonight against the New Jersey Devils.
Sammy's been doing this for a long time. And, I think the biggest thing for him is just go play. He's gotten, you go through a day like yesterday when you come into a new team, there's a lot that's being thrown at you. There's a lot of new faces. Number one, I think it's getting to know your teammates, being around the group. There's information that we're giving to them so that, just in terms of, understanding, how we want to play. But it's not going to be, from a structure standpoint, it's not going to be perfect. We don't want it to be perfect. Like when the puck drops tonight, he needs to just go and play and not overthink it, not too much. He's a really good player. We're excited that he's here. And so, I guess just getting out there and for him playing his game.
Well, looking forward to seeing Sammy Girard in the lineup tonight. He'll be wearing number 49 for the Penguins alongside number 58, Chris Letang. And we'll be back and hear from Ricard Rakell. He's going to spend 2 minutes with the old 2-9er on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night, and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Ever dreamed about signing with the Penguins? Now you can. With the Penguins Power Play package from FMB, you can be a part of the team with a Pens-branded debit card, cashback credit card, and personal checks. Plus, score exclusive rewards like discounts on tickets, Pens gear, and more. Sign with the Penguins at fmb-online.com/Penguins. FMB, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. FMB, member FDIC, credit card subject to approval. See site for details.
Penguins are bringing the Island Vibes to Pittsburgh on March 5th when the Pens take on the Buffalo Sabres for Margaritaville night at PPG Paints Arena. The first 7,500 fans score a Hawaiian shirt presented by Levin Furniture. And with a special ticket package, you can also snag a Margaritaville cooler backpack. The puck drops at 7, but hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Letang, one-timer, he scores! Enjoy hockey, live music from a Jimmy Buffett cover band, and so much more. Get your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Pittsburgh Penguins Hockey Network. This copyrighted broadcast is the property of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of all or part of this broadcast, or any descriptions or accounts of this game therein without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Penguins is strictly prohibited.
Captain of the Montreal Canadiens, Nick Suzuki, and we're joined with Sidney Crosby. Boko Imama. Campus forward, Brad Marchand, joined now by Jackie Redmond.
Time for 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Brought to you by your Pittsburgh area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing.
Welcome to Mr. Old 2-9er Pens and Devils tonight. We're joined now by Penguins forward Ricard Rakell. And Rax, I know things didn't work out for Team Sweden over in Italy, but do you feel like here you haven't played an NHL game for 3 weeks? Do you feel maybe readier than most guys because you did participate in the Olympics?
Well, I would think so, because there was still some really fast-paced game that we played over there, competitive games, and yeah, if it's good or bad, it's just it felt like we lost that last game yesterday, so still pretty fresh. But I'm really excited to, play tonight and just reset. Like you said, it wasn't what we were hoping for over there with Team Sweden, but reset over here and get back to playing Pittsburgh hockey.
Sidney Crosby's going to be out for a little bit, and Dan Muse said he was excited to see you play the center ice position, a position you've played before in the past, and he said he's pretty happy that he put you there in the preseason to kind of knock a little rust off the spark plugs. How excited are you to play in that center ice position moving from the wing?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different challenge, and you can't replace Sidney Crosby on that position, but no, I'm going to do my best. I'm excited to try to have the puck on my stick a little bit more and try to get through the neutral zone with some speed and find the slot area in the offensive zone. So it definitely gives some different looks, and I'm excited for it.
The Devils played last night. This will be a back-to-back situation for them. Do you have to kind of remind yourself to not look past the New Jersey Devils? You know where you are in the standings. You know there's teams very close behind you. You know that Carolina is still within striking distance. Do you have to remind yourself, just take it a game at a time?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's shown all across the league that there's not any easy games. So, I mean, they lost yesterday, and they're definitely hungry on getting a win. So they're going to put their best foot on the ice and put their best game on the ice, and we have to respond.
All right, thanks for this. All the best. Go get the Devils.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's Ricard Rakell, and you're 2 minutes with the old 2-9er. Enjoy the hockey game.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, because life. Now it is time for the Highmark Injury Update.
Well, the big injury news, of course, Sidney Crosby out. He's only missed 2 games the last 3 years, which is amazing. And he still hasn't been hurt playing an NHL game. Unfortunately, it happened in the Olympics. And he leaves the action right now after playing 56 games. He has 59 points, so he still has his point-per-game streak going. And we look forward to when he will return. Hopefully it'll be less than 4 weeks. And he's on the list of injuries right now, along with Jack St. Ivany and Caleb Jones. For the Devils, it's Luke Hughes, Zach McEwen, and Stefan Nason. The Powerball jackpot for Saturday's drawing, $238 million. Please play responsibly online or at your local retailer. Of course, the lottery benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. The Powerball jackpot, $238 million. Joe Brand and the old 2-9er have the call for you. Hockey is back in the Berg. The Penguins and the Devils coming up on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bourque. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shift. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals over the years. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Through their Colorful Communities program, they team up with community partners to protect and beautify neighborhoods globally. Since 2015, they've completed over 500 projects, including one I had the chance to be a part of right here in Pittsburgh. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win.
On March 1st, the Penguins take on the Vegas Golden Knights at PPG Paints Arena. It's Mr. Rogers Neighborhood Day, a special celebration for fans of all ages. With a special ticket package, you can receive an exclusive Penguins cardigan inspired by Mr. Rogers himself. It's truly a hockey day in the neighborhood.
Solovyov to the far circle. They score! Ryan Shea with less than 30 seconds to go in the second period. Blast one past Soderblom.
Don't miss this feel-good night of hockey. Get your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Before, during,
wrist far side, shoots deflected, they score!
lives here. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
So, who's up for dessert?
Ah, tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh.
Crosby centering pass. Malkin trying to get a couple jabs in. Oh, he shoots and scores!
Crosby, backhanded pass. Front score from Sidney Crosby.
Oh, get in the fast lane, Grandma. The bingo game is ready to roll.
The Pittsburgh Penguins Radio Network proudly presents Penguins Hockey. The Penguins Radio Network is presented by S&T Bank and brought to you in part by Number 1 Cochrane. Go one better. By IC Light. By McDonald's, providing you the official burger of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Get Go Cafe and Market. Get Go, where the Pens go. By Coca-Cola, founding partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. By Clearview Federal Credit Union, helping people enjoy a better life. And by Indra Energy, an official Penguins Pledge champion partner. Penguins Hockey on the Radio begins now.
It's been 3 long weeks, but we all finally have Pittsburgh Penguins hockey back in our lives as the Penguins restart their hunt back into the playoffs. And tonight, they resume the season welcoming in America's sweetheart, Jack Hughes, and the New Jersey Devils. Welcome in, Penguins fans, and welcome back to PPG Paints Arena. Alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Man, is it good to say that. Borky, there's a lot to get to, but the biggest obstacle for the Penguins right now is to keep their playoff pace while their captain, Sidney Crosby, is out. At this point, it's listed at 4 weeks, but the Penguins are going to try and stay above water for the moment until they get 87 back.
I know I usually say this when we open up our show. Good to be with you, Joe, but this time I really mean it. Good to be with you, and yeah, it is good to be back. We are creatures of habit, and to be off 3 weeks, yeah, man, it is good to be sitting to your right with the headset on right here at PPG Paints Arena for some NHL action. The Olympics were awesome, and you're right. I would assume the Penguins are going to do some kind of a salute to Jack Hughes. Also, Madison Nickel, also the video guy for the Penguins, was there with Team USA. Salute him also. But you're right. When you get to the task at hand, right back in the saddle, it was just a few days ago. Sunday morning, we were watching that gold medal game, and here we are on Thursday night, NHL action last night. The Devils in a back-to-back situation. But you're right. Where the Penguins are, and you think about where they were before the Christmas break, Joe, and now where we are here after the Christmas break. In a short time, they have got themselves, not comfortably, but they are number 2 in the Metropolitan Division with 26 games to go. It's got to be foot pedal to the metal. You have a game in hand on the Carolina Hurricanes, and you play them 3 more times. You're 8 points behind it. I think that's all you need to talk about. Let's not talk about the New York Islanders. Let's not talk about the Washington Capitals, and let's not talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets. All in the rearview mirror for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It needs to be pedal to the metal and just continue to win games. I know you want to kind of look at standings, and you want to do scoreboard watching and all that, and that's fine. Like, I'm kind of back and forth with that. Should you do it? Should you not do it? I think you should just do it all. Soak it all in, but know the most important thing every time you wake up in the morning on the day of a game is get 2 points, come hell or high water, no matter what it takes. Listen, it starts now. This is a sprint, Joe. Different rules. Now you play for keeps. Now you're playing to get yourself in the playoffs for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah, it truly is get up and go time. For the next 2 months, the Penguins are going to be fighting for a playoff spot, but for the next month, there's basically a game every other day. The Penguins are starting a trend of 3 games in 4 days. With tonight's matchup against the New Jersey Devils, there will be 2 games over the weekend in New York and then back here at home against the Vegas Golden Knights. But the Penguins are going to need fresh legs and fresh bodies, and they did make a move right after the Olympic break, moving Brett Kulak, ironically kind of the Iron Man for the Penguins at the time. But it was a move that made a lot of sense for Kyle Dubas. You bring in Samuel Girard, who's a younger defenseman, under control for the next year, a little bit more offensive flair to his game, where the Penguins don't quite have on the left side of their defensive core. So now you get Sam Girard, along with a second-round draft pick that Kyle Dubas loves picking up. But it was an interesting move by the Pens, but it seems like one that can help the short term and the long term.
I tell you, it's tough to make these moves, and I give Kyle so much credit for the homework he does to identify and to be able to. I never thought that Colorado would let go of Sam Girard. He just seemed to be such an important part of their foundation. At 27 years of age, he's played close to 600 games, and you're right, his puck moving and skating ability is really, really exceptional. And listen, we love Brett Kulak. We loved him with Chris Letang, his penalty killing, leadership, all that. But he was going to be an unrestricted free agent. You got cost certainty at $5 million next year, this year and next year with Sam Girard. And I think because he's in that 25 to 30 year range where Kyle really wants to get players, and as you mentioned, to get that sweetener, he is the emperor of sweeteners to get a second-round pick. And I know it's not till 2028, but it's still in the cupboard for the Penguins.
Really quick, the Devils. They're a team that have underperformed this year, coming off another loss. They've now lost 4 straight games, obviously around the Olympic break. But this is a team with a lot of young offensive talent that can't score goals. They're last in the NHL.
No, there was a point where they won 8 straight games. They were 13-4-1 in the first 18. They're 15-24-1 since then. They lost 4 straight and 6 of the last 7, but they're scary. I know they're playing them back-to-back, but you look at this lineup, this is a dangerous team. And if you think you can just throw your sticks out on the ice and get 2 points against the Devils, you have another thing coming. They're going to make you earn your 2 points here tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely looking to bounce back after a loss at home against the Buffalo Sabres in last night's contest. Jack Hughes was recognized at the Rock prior to that game, and right now, our own PA announcer Ryan Mill recognizing both the men's and women's Olympic hockey teams that have brought the gold back to the U.S. Obviously, Jack Hughes with the golden goal in that game in overtime against Canada. And we do want to recognize, as Borky mentioned earlier, our own Madison Nickel, video review coach, who also earned the gold with Team USA. And right now, as we are talking, Jack Hughes being honored here at PPG Paints Arena. So now we will honor America with our national anthem, and after that, we'll have puck drop for you. It's a hockey night in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins are back home against the New Jersey Devils. We'll have it for you next, all here on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night, and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
Tonight's the night, Pens fans. The 15th annual Penguins charity game benefiting the Penguins Foundation and Mary Lemieux Foundation is happening now. Secure your charity bag before they sell out by visiting PittsburghPenguinsFoundation.org now.
As the official professional products partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Kimberly-Clark Professionals deliver trusted brands like Scott, Kleenex, and Wipe-All to deliver game-ready hygiene solutions that keep facilities clean, efficient, and prepared for action. Learn more at kcprofessional.com.
In Pittsburgh, champions aren't just born, they're built. And NSS Life has been part of that winning legacy for decades.
We've stood with the city's champions on and off the field,
building futures that are strong, secure, and built to last.
NSS Life is proud to be part of Pittsburgh's past and your future.
NSS Life, the official life insurance company of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Penguins are bringing the Island vibes to Pittsburgh on March 5th when the Pens take on the Buffalo Sabres for Margaritaville night at PPG Paints Arena. The first 7,500 fans score a Hawaiian shirt presented by Levin Furniture. And with a special ticket package, you can also snag a Margaritaville cooler backpack. The puck drops at 7, but hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let's hang, one-timer, he scores! Enjoy hockey, live music from a Jimmy Buffett cover band, and so much more. Get your tickets now at PittsburghPenguins.com.
Mom, can you tell us a story about Ted? We love that one.
Just one more time. There once was a Clearview expert named Ted who helped a family plan for their future ahead. A savings account started their journey to grow, and compound interest made their savings flow. Then came their house with equity so sweet. Their investments were smart. Couldn't be.
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview. Clearly different. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're all set for hockey here at PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Pittsburgh Penguins get back to their NHL regular season, and tonight they welcome in the New Jersey Devils, and of course, the Olympic gold medalist Jack Hughes, who scored the golden goal against Canada, wearing number 86 in white against the Penguins here tonight. How's it going, Penguins fans? Alongside the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand, and we are thrilled to be back here with you to bring you Pittsburgh Penguins hockey. Penguins are still in a playoff spot, currently second place in the Metropolitan Division. And after a win in Buffalo right before the Olympic break, the Penguins now at 29-15-12. So they're looking for their 30th win on the season, and they're looking for their second win against the New Jersey Devils in Game 3 of a 4-game season series. The Penguins are sporting their alternate gold sweaters, attacking from left to right with Artur Shilovs, the Latvian Olympic goaltender, in net. Over on the right side, it's Jacob Markstrom for the New Jersey Devils. The Devils in their road whites as Jack Hughes wins the opening draw. The Devils dump it down into the Penguins' end, and the opening faceoff is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane. Club One rewards, earn points, and save money with every dollar spent on service. Eric Carlson collects on the near side of the Penguin zone, and they break out to the neutral zone. Parker Wotherspoon ahead to Nola Chari. He'll angle it down to the corner that Blake Lizotte races after. Flips it over to the far side, and Dougie Hamilton fishes it out. Devils clear it all the way down, and it just hit the side of the net, not Artur Shilov, so that'll be icing by the Devils about 30 seconds into this hockey game.
Can you remember Dan Muse starting the Blake Lizotte line for opening faceoff?
I don't know if this was the last time, but I remember they did in Chicago, which was the first game after Christmas that started this whole trend.
Interesting that he would start that line. I like it. I think it's a bit of a message to the team. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, that like we're gonna roll up our sleeves, we're gonna go to work, and
here's a centering pass, and Malkin tries to fire it on net, but Markstrom is able to snare it away as Malkin caught a backdoor pass from above the far circle, nearly stuck it past, but we stay scoreless.
And just to finish that thought, just a kind of a message to the team, we're going to roll up our sleeves. This line, I don't want to use the term or the phrase identity line, because that was used in Long Island so long with that Clutterbuck and Martin and Cizikas line, but they kind of are a bit of an identity for the Penguins.
Again, that starting lineup brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union, and that's right, Blake Lizotte, Nola Chari, and Connor Dewar, that has done so much for the Penguins offense and defense and special teams this year. Starting this one off. Not even through with the first minute of this game as the Devils work it out of their zone, fire it over to the far side. It's poked into the Penguin zone and quickly cranked back out. Tommy Novak gets a shrug of the shoulder from Timo Meier. It's flipped down to the Penguins' end near corner. Taken off the boards by Chris Letang, who returns after sitting out a few games before the Olympic break. Definitely used that time to rest. A quick shot on net from the far circle and a glove save from Artur Shilovs. Probably won't be a shot on goal, but it stays scoreless. A little over a minute gone in this game.
Artur Shilov's lifetime against the Devils, 0-1-1. But he has won 3 of his last 4 games here in the regular season, and he's gone 7 straight games of 3 goals against or less. Now that's giving your team a chance to win.
Again, he represented Team Latvia in the Winter Olympics. As Sammy Girard is out there on the ice for the Penguins, making his Penguins debut. We mentioned it in the pregame show. President of Hockey Ops Kyle Dubas acquiring Girard from the Colorado Avalanche in a trade for Brett Kulak. As here's the Devils' Cody Glass, the former Penguin, spinning around in the near circle, flips it up to the high slot, but it was out of the reach of Brendan Dillon. Puck goes all the way down to the Devils' end. Markstrom well out of his net to play it. They'll slide it over to Dillon.
Oh, that was awkward for the lanky Swede to come all the way out of his net, all the way to the right hash mark, and then send that puck cross ice. Yikes.
Yeah, we're feeling pressure from Brian Rust, who was hunting down the puck, but still got it out in time. Meanwhile, Rust takes a check from Brendan Dillon along the near boards. The Devils trying to work it out of their zone again. Gritsuk will send it rink wide down to the Penguins' end. But that'll be icing once again by New Jersey. No score, almost 2 minutes gone in this game.
Well, here's the thing about Brendan Dillon's one of those players, like Radko Gudas, even like a Tom Wilson. Like, you have to know when you go over the boards that he's out there. He loves to throw those big open ice hits, and he plays on the edge. In fact, he goes over the line. He plays dirty, and at times he really tries to inflict a lot of pain. And so if you're not one of those guys that can inflict the pain back to him, then you better keep your head up and not get caught in the train tracks.
15th year in the NHL for Dillon, 6'4", 225 pounds. This is his 36th career game against the Penguins.
Undrafted player.
Yeah, at one point, he was the only active defenseman to play 1,000 games that was undrafted. Not quite sure if that's still a current statistic of him. The Penguins can't control in the Devils' zone. They sweep it out to their own end. Ryan Shea slides it over to Connor Clifton. Now sent ahead to Justin Brazeau. Tumbling puck to the right of Markstrom. He'll settle it down with a stick as Dougie Hamilton coughed it up to Anthony Mantha. Penguins have it again. Shea with a wrister. Tumbled in front, caught some traffic. Ben Kindle tries to keep it alive along the near side. Send it in behind the net. Mantha collects far side. Flips it up to Shea at the point. He'll send one towards the net, but Markstrom reads it and makes the save. 2.5 minutes gone in this game. No score.
Jacob Markstrom, who represented Sweden over in the Olympics in Italy, at 6'6", original draft pick of the Florida Panthers. Went to Vancouver in the Roberto Luongo deal, but at 6'6", the Penguins have got him moving around in the past when he was in Calgary with the Flames. And that's when he's not that effective. When he can square up and use that big frame to stop pucks, he's pretty solid. But when you get him moving laterally, that's when you can get success against Jacob Markstrom.
6'6", 207 pounds. As you just mentioned, he did compete in the Olympics. His last NHL start earlier this month as a wrister just goes wide. Jinikov tried to backhand one home, but it hit the side of the net. Penguins still with it in the Devils zone. Clifton down to the corner for Novak to Jinikov. Touch pass. Malkin caught it a little awkwardly. Shea drive hits the post.
Oh, boy, the Penguins zipping it all around there. The tick, the tack, the toe in, another toe, and then the post.
More acrobatic work. Keeps it alive in the Devils zone. Another wrister deflected just wide. Played in behind the net. As it's pulled up by Clifton, he'll try to fork it over to Malkin at the near corner. Now it's swept up, but Malkin coughs it up. Paul Cotter will carry it to the neutral zone. Take it over the Penguins side. Near side. Flips it over to the far wall. Jack Hughes collects far half boards. His pass got interrupted by Lizotte, but it's taken back by Cotter to the high slot. Sends it off the near boards to himself. No one was there to help him. Down to the corner he brings it. Slammed into the boards by Clifton. In behind the goal line. He gets tied up and then tripped down. Nothing called. Flipped over to the far side. As the Devils clear it out, they'll get a change. The Devils clearing it out to their own end as now Jesper Bratt overskates the puck in behind his own net. Still got it up to Kovacevic as it's flipped over to Pesce. They'll punch it over the Penguins line, but it's pawed down by Lizotte. Devils take it back. Bratt in the slot. Fires a shot. It goes wide. Now Jack Hughes tried to fish one over to Connor Brown. Puck goes angling on towards net. Shilovs with the save. And a little collection in behind Shilov's net. As that was Parker Wotherspoon getting a little frisky with Jesper Bratt. Still no score, almost 4 minutes gone in this game.
Let's get back to that last chance there by Jesper Bratt. It was a really good stick by Erik Karlsson because Jesper Bratt, left-hand shot, top of the right circle, cut towards the high slot, right across the top of the high slot, and Karlsson was flat-footed. A good job by Erik Karlsson to use his smarts and his active stick to get stick on puck when Bratt pulled the trigger. And then shortly thereafter, Bratt with a little jab of the glove as Shilovs clearly had it covered up, and that's what you expect from Parker Wotherspoon. A nice dirty glove in the face.
Penguins win the draw to the left of Artur Shilovs. They work it out to the neutral zone as Noel Acciari will get it down to the Devils' end far corner. Brendan Dillon thrown off the puck after a hit from Connor Dewar. Rolled along the far wall. Lizotte tries to send it deep. Hughes cuts it off, though. Kicks it out to the neutral zone. Jesper Bratt raced after it, but Parker Wotherspoon poked it out of harm's way. Now the Penguins work it out to center ice again. Here's Lizotte to Acciari over the Devils line. Back to Lizotte, down to the near corner. Flips it behind the net for Connor Dewar. They'll work it up the near boards for Lizotte, who sweeps it up to the point. Karlsson was too pinched in down forward, though, as it's cleared all the way down to the Penguins' end, raced down by Parker Wotherspoon. Couldn't shovel the puck to a teammate. Found some pressure from one of the Devils. Fight for the puck in the near corner. Wotherspoon comes away with it. He'll backhand it up to Lizotte, who works it out to Avery Hayes, making his Pittsburgh debut and his second appearance in the NHL after scoring twice in Buffalo in his NHL debut right before the break. Avery Hayes becoming the third Pittsburgh Penguin to score 2 goals in his debut, along with Jake Gensel and Rob Brown. Scored on his first shot as the Devils nearly had a bit of a breakaway chance, but they were offside. 5 minutes gone in this game, still no score.
Well, as you mentioned, almost 5 minutes in, and Devils with just one shot on goal, but they have looked dangerous. And they don't look like a team that played last night. It looks like they have their legs, and they've come to play.
The Devils stretching it out to a 4-game losing skid, falling to Buffalo last night 2-1. They have scored a total of 3 goals during that 4-game skid, again sandwiched around the Olympic break. Meanwhile, the Penguins, still one of the hotter teams in the NHL, 14-3-3 since the Christmas break. Now playing in their first game since the Olympic pause. Devils are back in the Penguins zone. Heischer plays it off the boards, fires it on net, and Shilov's able to read it. Scoops it up off the ice. A little over 5 minutes gone in this game, still no score.
Well, building the future takes grit, and no one does grit like Pittsburgh. EQT is ready to unleash the build and power America's next big win. EQT, unleashing America's energy future.
We do want to remind everyone that tonight is Check Your Heart Night, presented by UPMC. No score, over 5 minutes gone in this hockey game. Along with Phil Bourque, I'm Joe Brand. Great to have all you back. Long Olympic break, but a fun one, thanks to Jack Hughes, who flips it over to Jesper Bratt, far side. Thrown off the puck, but Kovacevic takes it back, throws it wide of the net, slams it off the near corner off the glass. It's chipped out to the high slot. A backhanded pass with his left palm from Noel Acciari out to the neutral zone. Penguins got it into the Devils' end, rather their own end, but now it's poked back out the other way. Acciari now racing after a loose puck in the near corner in the Devils' zone. Thrown into the boards. Dewar takes it far side. He'll work it up the wall to Girard at the far point. Flip to Letang near side now. Rister coming. Didn't get through traffic. Went over to the far side. Jesper Bratt collects. He's got Jack Hughes all the way down the other end, but he never connected. Now Kovacevic will take it over the Penguins logo. Devils back in the Penguins zone at the near point. Here's a wrister and a save by Artur Shilovs to deny Gritsuk.
That was outstanding. That's mano a mano right there. Coming down the left side of the slot. And Gritsuk tried to go blocker side, and good positioning. Great reflexes there by Artur Shilovs.
Penguins are back in the Devils zone. It's Ben Kindle. Slides a rink-wide pass, but Brazeau was just a little bit behind it. Tried to tap it up to the point. No one was there. Now it's off to the races. Haminaho down over at the far half wall. Thrown off the puck by Clifton, but the Devils send it around the boards. Up to Dillon at the near half wall. To the high slot for Nemitz. They'll take it down to the corner. Now to the circle. Worked up by Haminaho. Sent it rink wide, far side. Shot coming, didn't get through traffic. Brazeau plays the rebound and lost the puck to Cody Glass. He'll find it to Nemitz, who rips his shot, didn't get all of it. Out of his net aggressively, though, was Artur Shilovs to make the glove save and keep this game scoreless. 7 minutes gone in it. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Take a break and come out with us tonight.
Not tonight, man.
Come on. You deserve a night out. You're going to miss out.
Miss out on what?
While you stayed home, they won big. They celebrated. They got the suite, stayed up all night and made memories. And you weren't there. Some nights are too good to sit out. Rivers Casino. Don't miss the moment.
No score here from Pittsburgh. Both teams with 2 shots on goal. It's the Penguins and the New Jersey Devils. The Penguins playing in their first game since the Olympic break. The Devils playing in their second in 2 nights. They fell to the Buffalo Sabres last night at home. They've got a 4-game losing skid. The Penguins, meanwhile, beginning 3 games in 4 nights, starting here tonight against New Jersey.
I mentioned the team the Penguins are hunting down in the Metropolitan Division, the Carolina Hurricanes. They're back in action tonight, home to the Tampa Bay Lightning, and early on, Carolina's up 3 Cobb.
Well, not only did the Penguins have a plethora of games in the month of March, but they've got the stiff competition too. Playing Colorado twice, Vegas twice, Carolina twice, both on the road. Was it Carolina 3 times?
Carolina 3 times, yeah.
Boston Bruins twice. High competition for the Penguins, who again are currently in a playoff spot, so in some ways in control of their own destiny. Novak feeds it to Chinikov, who tried to send a quick wrister but just missed the puck. Now the Devils take it over the Penguins line. Bratt coughs it up though. Chipped out to the neutral zone. Siegenthaler racing after it, but Novak gets in there. Siegenthaler still able to get it over to Bratt. Jesper Bratt takes it over the Penguins logo. Now over the Penguins line. Right down the middle. Gets stripped of the puck. Malkin's got it. He'll take it the other way as Tommy Novak blew a tire. Slid at the neutral zone, but Malkin still brings it over the Devils line. It goes tumbling down to the far corner. Saves off a hit from Dougie Hamilton. Chips it over to the far corner. Ricard Rakell in the circle trying to carve his way towards the front of the net. Couldn't get there. Malkin will try to sweep it up the far wall, but Hamilton knocks it down. Jabbing at the puck in the far circle. Hamilton comes away with it. He'll backhand it to the near side for Jack Hughes, who flips it up the wall in the Devils zone. It goes all the way down to the Penguins end. Archer Shilovs will let it slide under his stick as the Devils get a change. Penguins will reset. Under 12 to play in this first period. Still no score. Both teams with 2 shots on goal each. Brian Rust races after a puck in the near corner. It's worked over to the far side and now taken back by Parker Wotherspoon. He'll chip it in behind the net, out of the reach of Rakell, though. Taking it off the near wall is Paul Cotter. He'll chip it out to the neutral zone. Bounces past Parker Wotherspoon, who collects in behind Shilov's net. Pokes it over to the near side. Erik Karlsson sends it ahead to Avery Hayes. Accelerating over the Devils line. Left it back for Rust. Now poked down along the near corner. Markstrom playing the puck along the near boards, and it rode the top of the plexiglass on the near side. But it did skim the netting at first. That's where the whistle comes in. 11:13 to go in this first, no score.
Well, early on, the one thing that's jumped out to me is the Penguins' breakout. It's been really smooth. They've done a really good job. The forwards of coming back and not only making themselves available, but really doing a good job of supporting the puck carrier and showing the stick. And the Penguins have had 4 or 5 really nice, clean breakouts against the Devils.
It's the Ben Kindle line with Justin Brazeau and Anthony Mantha out there to take the draw to the right of Markstrom. Penguins win it. They coughed it up but then stole it right back. And now the Devils having a hard time getting it out. Ben Kindle takes the puck away from Escher. There's a drive by Brazeau, but it's stopped by Markstrom. With a two-way play by the rookie Ben Kindle, almost setting up the Penguins, but Markstrom with another save, and it remains scoreless. 11 minutes to go in this first.
There's the fine line there of a big save by Markstrom or the puck's in the back of the net. It's a great play by Kindle because it's a puck battle just inside the blue line. Kindle wins the puck battle from Nico Hischier, and then he attacks the goal. It's a 2-on-1. On the other side of the ice, Brazeau opened up for the one-timer, but there was just a little hesitation, a kind of a double clutch there by Kindle before he could get the puck to Brazeau, and that allowed Markstrom to track it and move left to right, get out, get square, and stop Brazeau.
Jacob Markstrom playing in his 14th career game against the Penguins. The Devils had a little chance in front of Shilov's net, but the Penguins broke off a pass. Now a turnaround shot from Meyer. Didn't get all of it. Kindle will take it the other way for the Pens. Carries it over the Devils line. He's got Mantha off the far side. Had to play it off the wall. Send it in behind the net out of the reach of Brazeau. Chris Letang will roll it along the end boards. Kindle cuts it off in behind Markstrom's net, but then he gets wrapped up into the boards by Nemitz. Still pinned along the wall as Nemitz has his left skate in between Kindle's both legs, and now Brazeau pulls the puck out of the way, but Timo Meyer takes it away up towards center ice. Carries it over the Penguins logo and slings it down to the Penguins end. It bounces over to the far corner. Chris Letang will pump it back the other way. Sam Girard, the newest defenseman, flips it up to the point. Stopped by Siegenthaler, and then Girard blocks the shot by Siegenthaler. It's taken back by Malkin. Malkin taking his time with it. Curls around in his own zone, sends it ahead to Ricard Rakell. Back to Malkin over the Devils line. Stripped of the puck, though, by Gritsuk. Now sent up ahead. Over the Penguins line, the Devils have it. Flip it back to Cody Glass. Centering pass, didn't get through. A diving effort from Connor Clifton to break the puck away as Malkin tries to spring-load the puck out to the neutral zone. And Siegenthaler pokes it back towards the Penguins zone. Now it's the Pens over the Devils line. It's Malkin at the point. Lost it. Jack Hughes takes it. Over the Penguins line now. Near side. Drop back pass to Gritsuk. Drags. Fires. Blocker saved by Shilovs. Jack Hughes has the rebound but couldn't finish off a shot.
He tried to go forehand, backhand, and Evgeny Malkin collapsed all the way down to the top of the paint and was able to strip that puck off the stick of Hughes before he could put it in the empty net.
Penguins bring it back down to the Devils' end, but Dougie Hamilton takes it away. Springs it up ahead to Jack Hughes. Now it's to Brad accelerating in the Penguins zone, but overskated the puck a bit. Gets it down to the end boards. Erik Karlsson will take it away. He represented Sweden in the Olympics. His pass got taken off, though. Here's Jack Hughes overskating the puck. Gets it to Brad Rister. Saved by Shilovs. Steered it up and out above him. Off the plexiglass and out of play to send us to another break. 8:51 to go in the first. We've got no score. Both teams with a couple of high-quality chances, though, as you're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Discover the next generation of fantasy football stars with SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio's coverage of the NFL Combine.
This rookie class is short on quarterbacks, but there are some impact wide receivers.
Hear interviews with the players getting ready for the NFL Draft and analysis from Jeff Ratcliffe.
We're all going to love Jeremiah Love.
To the house! Jeremiah Love does it again! Live coverage from the NFL Combine continues tomorrow at noon Eastern on Fantasy Sports Radio, Channel 87, and on the SiriusXM app.
Hey, Jim Rome here. What's cracking?
Hi.
Hope you're enjoying the game. And when you're not taking in a game, find us on Sirius Channel 161, XM Channel 206. In fact, we'll be there every weekday afternoon, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you've got something you want to break down from this game, you know where to find us. Just make sure you have it taken. Don't suck.
Step your game up.
That has never changed. In fact, the show has never changed. We're just back home. And it's great to be there. Sirius 161, XM 206. See you there.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Real Madrid do what they do best. A five-star show from Manchester City. What a start for Inter.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Penguins and Devils are scoreless. A little less than 9 minutes to go in the first period. The Devils out shooting the Pens right now, 4-3, along with Phil Bourque. I'm Joe Brandt.
I thought early on the Penguins had a couple of really good chances on Jacob Markstrom, but since then the Devils have slowly kind of clawed their way back to not only gaining the momentum back, but I think they have the edge and the momentum. We've seen a lot more down to our left in the Penguins defensive zone here in the last probably 2 or 3 minutes than we did in the first 7 or 8 minutes.
As you stated earlier, it doesn't look like the Devils played last night, but I'm also very impressed by the Penguins' chemistry. Yeah. And I know their lines have stayed the same, but it was that Tommy Novak, Evgeny Malkin, Igor Chinakhov line that was really cooking at the beginning of this game. Again, Sidney Crosby out for what's listed as the next 4 weeks with lower body injury. Avery Hayes completing the line of Ricard Rakell and Brian Rust, with Rakell playing at center as Brendan Dillon whiffed on a one-timer, only got a piece of it. The Devils have to reset in the neutral zone. New Jersey chips it ahead. It's pawed down by Erik Karlsson. He'll take it the other way. Send it ahead to Chinakhov. Slows down at the half wall. Takes his time to send a saucer pass looking for Malkin fresh off the bench, but Hughes cuts it off right in the middle of the ice. Now a stretch pass ahead to Mercer. He'll collect off the far corner. Below the goal line. Trips it up as they try to find Hischier, and that's stuffed out by Sheloff.
That's a third or fourth, maybe fifth blocker save by Sheloff. Well, he looks dialed in early.
He's made 5 saves so far tonight, keeping this game scoreless. 7.5 to play in the first. Devils are back in the Penguin zone. Mercer chips it down along the far wall as Chris Letang staples Brett Pesce into the boards at the far corner. Now Chinakhov will take the loose puck along the wall and chip it over to Tommy Novak. He carries it over the Devils line, leaves it back for Malkin. He tried to leave it back for Letang, a little bit angled out though. Now in behind the net, it's flipped up to the point, out of the reach of Letang, all the way down to the Penguin zone it goes. 7:11 to go in this first, no score. Letang collects it in his own zone, springs it ahead to Avery Hayes, who slides it down to the Devils' end near corner. Dougie Hamilton rims it around the boards to the far side. It's quickly pumped out now to Haminaho. He'll take it over the Penguins line, near side, towards the slot, down to his seat of his pants. He tried to rip a shot. It went wide. Penguins will take it off the end boards and kick it out to the neutral zone, but Siegenthaler's got it along the near side. We get a whistle blown on a hand pass.
Well, once again, the Devils showing their speed. And this was not an odd man break. The Penguins did a really good job to what looked like it might be a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-1 quickly with their back check, make it a 3-on-3. And one thing I noticed about the Devils, and maybe it's called, you could call it cheating the game, but it's kind of an educated cheat, if you will, that once the Penguins shoot the puck on the goal, The Devils are taking off. Yeah. They're thinking that puck is going to be picked up by one of their mates, and they're going to get a clear-cut breakaway, and they've had a couple chances on those long stretch passes.
Ryan Rust throwing one towards the net, trying to find Avery Hayes. Back door, he was parked just to the right. Make it the left of Jacob Markstrom, but it went wide as the Pens chop it back into the Devils zone near corner. No score with just a little over 6 minutes to go in this first period. Tumbling puck out to the Penguins zone. Connor Clifton will race it down, keeping it away from Jack Hughes, at least for a moment. Hughes pressuring Clifton as Anthony Mantha got it to Clifton, and then Clifton thrown out the puck again by Meyer. The loose puck in front of Shilov's net. He'll stamp his glove on top of it to freeze it and stop the action.
Partner, that was a brilliant play by Shilov's. I think it's going to fly underneath the radar, but Clifton got knocked off the puck. Who was that, Meyer? Yeah, it was Meyer, who's been really involved here in the first period. He strips the puck from Clifton and then is about to send a backhand pass to Dawson Mercer, who was all by himself. And Shilov's put the paddle down and intercepted that pass. If that puck gets to Mercer, it's 1-0. Mercer's got all kinds of time and all kinds of net. And that's just a brilliant play by Archer Shilov to get that paddle down and not allow that pass to get out to Mercer.
Devils have had a hard time scoring all year long, but especially in the first period. 40 goals in the first period for the Devils. Just to put it in perspective, the Penguins have 63 first period goals. They've been very good at that this year, though. The Devils are offside. 5:50 to go in this first. Still no score. We'll go to another break. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Looking for a delicious power play off the ice? Download the GetGo app and get a free 6-piece order of juicy all-white meat chicken nuggets, plus a dipping sauce of your choice. Or are you craving something that could satisfy the appetite of a Penguins player after sudden death overtime? Good news, the Pilgrim is served. Gobble up the traditional holiday favorites of roasted turkey, tangy cranberry, savory gravy, and crispy tots piled high on delicious stuffing bread for a limited time. GetGo, the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Hi, I'm Marcus Leto. I'm the co-creator of the Halo universe and the creator of the Master Chief. Kent State really taught me to think like a designer, not just to build visuals, but to build worlds. I mean, that was all this fire in my belly that I just wanted to kind of create something that was different. The program here really helped give me the tools to enter the workforce, and I still look back to Kent State as a foundation that allows me now to do the kind of stuff that I can do.
Still scoreless here in Pittsburgh. 5:52 to go in the first period. The Devils out shooting the Pens right now, 5-3. They'll get a face-off at the far right dot in front of the Devils bench. Game 3 of this 4-game season series against the Devils. The next time these two teams match up, it'll be April 9th, the second to last week of the season. Devils took a shootout winner over the Pens back in November. Penguins returned the favor with a 4-1 win here at home in January. And again, the Devils played last night, lost to Buffalo. Penguins playing in their first game since the Olympic break. So Anthony Mantha takes away a stretch pass from the Devils in the neutral zone. And now Brazeau over the Devils line on the near side. It's pinned along the half board, sends it around the wall over to the far corner for Ben Kindle, sweeps it up to the point for Wotherspoon, had some trouble with it, couldn't keep it onside. And he coughs up the puck in the neutral zone. A hustling Bugstad, the former Blue, gets it over the Penguins line. Now he's got it in behind Shilov's net to the near corner. Paul Cotter will flip it up to the point for Dillon. Dillon shuffles the puck, sends it rink wide down to the far corner. Played off the wall by the former Islander Siplikov. A shot on net is sticked out of the way by Shilov's. Tumbling puck to the near half wall, poked away. It's taken by Wotherspoon. He gets it to Kindle as Penguins try to relieve some of the pressure the Devils are putting on him right now. Get it ahead to Chinakhov, fresh off the bench. He's over the Devils line, far side, outnumbered. Ripped a shot in the toe, saved by Markstrom.
50 feet, now is a rocket off the left toe.
Poked out to the neutral zone, but Letang sweeps it back to Tommy Novak. He lost it to Jack Hughes, to Jesper Bratt over the Penguins line. Far circle, it's Connor Brown. Couldn't complete a shot, it got blocked. Another attempt from the far circle, didn't get through traffic. Devils take it back at the near point. Pesce sends it around the boards to the far corner for Jack Hughes, working it up the wall, got it to Brown in the far circle, heads towards the net, centering pass, puck sitting at the top of the crease, and it's swept out of the way by Girard. Spun in behind the net over to the far corner for Chris Letang. 4:20 to go in this first period, still no score. Penguins being outshot 5-4 now after Chinakov's wrister. Now it's Malkin in the Devils zone, ripped a shot, got blocked. Popped up, hit the back of the glass and behind Markstrom's net. The Devils work it out. Jack Hughes playing in his 25th career game against the Pittsburgh Penguins and his second since being America's hero with the overtime game winner against Canada back on Sunday. Gets it down into the Penguins' end near corner. Couple of board-rattling hits. Now one towards the net, got angled wide of it. Shilovs is down on the ice right now, has to pick his stick up off the ice. It's poked out to the neutral zone, raced after by Brian Rust in the Devils zone. Near circle, rips it just wide of the net.
Tried to go short side, glove side, as Markstrom was down early.
Rebound all the way down to the Penguins' end. It's played by Clifton. He'll sweep it off the end boards to Ryan Shea. 3.5 to go in this first period. Devils are back in the Penguin zone. It's Mercer. Stemmed off the puck by Shea, but Siegenthaler keeps it alive at the near point. Now it's taken back by Ricard Rakell. He's over the Devils line, near side, lost it. Taken back the other way by Cody Glass. The Devils forward will chip it along the near boards, and now Parker Wotherspoon is first to get there. Over 3 minutes to go in this first. Still no score. It's floated down right on net of Markstrom from Avery Hayes right behind the Devils blue line. Now New Jersey re-racks as Nemitz springs it ahead to Gritsuk over the Penguins line, but right to Erik Karlsson. He'll kick it to Nola Chari, who takes it over the Devils line. Lead pass to Lizotte at the corner. Stops at a dime. One-timer Karlsson down in front. It's Dewar slapping at it, and it's kicked wide to the far side. Wotherspoon collects the puck. Tried to get it to Lizotte. Couldn't finish it off as Gritsuk got in the way of it. Fight for the puck in the far corner. This is a delayed penalty on New Jersey, and it's going to be Arsemi Gritsuk giving the Penguins the first power play of the night on a slash, and the Penguins will get a man advantage with 2.5 to play in this first. Still no score.
There it is. That Penguins fourth line. Not only creating a great offensive chance. Here's your call, then my comments. Ref mic does not work. It is a slash. But there it is, that Penguins fourth line creating a great scoring chance and then staying like a bulldog on a pork chop, just hungry after a loose puck. And there was Parker Wotherspoon coming down from his left point position all the way into the far corner to help the Penguins win that puck battle. When they did, slash, broken stick, first power play goes to the Penguins.
Well, the Penguins haven't played a game in 3 weeks, but they are just 1 for their last 21 on the power play. They have scored a power play goal in only 2 of their last 14 games. However, they've still got the 4th best power play in the NHL. Just below 26%, but the Devils win the draw to the left of Markstrom, and they clear it on down. Obviously, the Penguins without Sidney Crosby on this top unit.
So up to the number 1 unit goes Anthony Mantha. And with Sidney Crosby out of the lineup, he's the only Penguin player that has 20 or more goals.
Pens back in the Devils zone. Ricard Rakell catches a feed from Malkin. And a nice nifty mover on Markstrom, but Markstrom still with the pad save.
That was a great save. Swede on Swede there, right? You had Rakell against Markstrom and gave him his best move. Forehand, backhand, forehand. There's a right-hand shot and the left toe from Markstrom. Robs Rakell.
Teammates just a few nights ago, now going head-to-head as the Devils try to work it out of their zone in the near corner. Dillon defended by Rakell below the goal line. It's chipped along the wall to Malkin. Pitches it up to the point for Karlsson. He'll walk the blue line over to the far circle. Rust down in front was Rakell, down to a knee, doing the Sid trademark shot, but it never got to him as the Devils cleared out again.
That was Pesce who gave that backdoor pass from Rust, tried to look for Rakell. And at the last minute, Pesce laid it down and blocked that pass. Otherwise, it's a tap-in.
Second unit now out on the ice for the Penguins with 48 seconds to go on their man advantage. No score late in this first. Letang to Malkin at the near half wall. Rink wide pass to Chinakhov at the circle. Centering pass Novak. Up top Letang. Malkin back to Letang. One-timer. They score! A deflection down in front. It's Tommy Novak with the last touch and a power play goal for the Penguins to take a 1-0 lead with 69 seconds to go in the period.
when you can move the puck not only east-west, but then get into that kind of diamond formation and use the bumper player also in your passing, it really gets the penalty killers moving around, gets them confused, and then when somebody's got to pull the trigger, right? And what a great pass by Evgeny Malkin on the near top of the circle to the left of Markstrom, sends a beautiful one-timer pass. Why do I think it's beautiful? Right speed, right tempo, and inside the back foot, just a beautiful one-timer by Chris Letang, little deflection by Novak, and it's 1-0. Good, guys.
The Penguins are 23-4-7 when scoring first. And they hope to continue that trend. They break the ice, a 1-0 lead under a minute to go in this opening period. Now there's the fourth line back in the Devils zone. Achari outnumbered as it's taken away by the Devils. Jesper Bratt over the Penguins line, near side, above the circle, flips it to Hughes, swept up to the high slot. Nemitz drags over to the far circle. He's got Shilov's out of the net. Shot got deflected, went wide of the net. Bratt's got it. He'll rip a shot. That gets blocked. Now Achari takes it to the neutral zone. Nemitz is right on his tail, and he takes the puck away from him, slides it in behind the goal line. Achari lost his stick as Nemitz hit the ice. Jack Hughes will take it the other way with 20 seconds to go in the period. Over the Penguins line, far side, down to the circle, below the goal line. Curls to the near side now. Backhanded pass to Cotter. That got blocked by Avery Hayes. Flipped over to the far side, down to single digits to go in this first period. Hughes on the near point, hangs on to it, unloads, deflected wide of the net. 3 seconds to go, picked over to the far side. Penguins have it, that'll do it for the first. So a power play goal from Tommy Novak has the Penguins ahead 1-0. They picked up 5 of the last 6 shots on goal to end this period. Obviously the power play a big reason why, but they strike first and they've got a 1-0 lead through 20.
I'll give you the good and the bad. I'll give you the bad first. I thought the Penguins turned the puck over too many times, Joe. I thought they just mismanaged it. I don't know if that's a little rust. We'll see if it continues there in the second period. It can't continue in the second period. I thought the Devils looked dangerous. They had a lot of good chances. Archer Shilov's off the charts good. That's a huge goal. Not only to get a power play goal, but to get it late in that period after all the chances that New Jersey had. That is a huge goal for the Penguins to go into the locker room. Feel good about yourself, but don't feel too good about yourself because you got to tighten things up as far as managing the puck.
Last we saw 6 saves for the Olympic Latvian goaltender to keep the Penguins ahead 1-0. Tommy Novak with the power play goal. Ryan Metzer just popped into the booth. He'll have our first intermission report for us as you're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Spotting the perfect fit is kind of your thing. So when it comes to finding a used car, start your search at FordBlueAdvantage.com and find the perfect certified pre-owned vehicle at your local Ford dealer. One that comes with serious perks, like a thorough inspection, a Ford-backed warranty, even a Carfax report. Because you know what they say, the best finds are the ones that feel made for you. Ford Blue Advantage. Used car buying that's built for you. Available at participating dealers only. See your dealer for details and limitations.
This Pittsburgh Penguins moment is brought to you by the officers, members, and families of Local Union Number 5 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. Our members have lived and worked in the region since 1897, providing all of the electrical and telecommunications needs of commercial, industrial, and residential customers. We offer a state-of-the-art training center that is second to none and internationally recognized. Local Union Number 5 of the IBW will be here to stand by you for all of your electrical installation needs today and well into the future. Our members show their hometown pride supporting the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our first intermission report. Brian Metzer here with you. It's great to be back with you hockey fans. And the Penguins lead this one 1-0 over the visiting New Jersey Devils. That's compliments of Tommy Novak. They've changed it over to here on my score sheet after it looked like Chris Letang. But 18:51, that goal came on the power play of Evgeny Malkin with a helper on it. And it was Gritchik in the penalty box for slashing. He was all over the place. Artie Shilovs made save after save on him, but he was in the box serving a slashing penalty whenever that goal was scored. Shots on goal in the period, 8-6 in favor of the Penguins. When we come back, a conversation with Dr. David Romeo from UPMC on this Check Your Heart night. You'll hear it next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club One Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
What are two things the Pittsburgh Penguins have in common with Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company? Hard work and dedication. If you're looking for heavy equipment, need a specific part, or want expert service, talk to the industry leaders at Cleveland Brothers, your local CAT dealer. We provide solutions and products for construction, landscaping, oil and gas, electric and industrial power, highway, and more. Let us help you score the winning goal. Visit www.clevelandbrothers.com to learn more.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
So, who's up for dessert?
Ah, tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Coca-Cola and the new Coke Zero, founding partner of the Penguins. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Welcome back into our first intermission report on this Check Your Heart night at PPG Paints Arena. Brian Metzer back here with you. And February is American Heart Month, as designated by the American Heart Association. And you know, from past Check Your Heart nights, we always catch up with a great doctor from UPMC. And tonight, that's Dr. Jared Romeo. Dr. Romeo specializes in interventional cardiology with a specific emphasis on caring for patients who have high-risk coronary artery disease, including multivessel disease, chronic total occlusion, need for circulatory support, and those turned down for coronary artery bypass grafting. Doctor, thank you so much for the time tonight. Thanks for doing this. How are you?
No problem. Thanks for asking. I'm doing great. How are you tonight?
I'm very good, and I always enjoy these talks, as I told you before we went live on our segment tonight. And if we could just kick it off, tell us a little bit about what Heart Month is.
Well, Heart Month is really a time to just refocus and remember that we need to be thinking about our hearts all the time. February is Heart Month every year, and UPMC has teamed up with both the American Heart Association and the Penguins to raise awareness about heart disease and remind people to think about their own heart and know whether or not it's healthy.
And it's one of the, if not the most important organ in your body. So it is very important to pay attention to your heart health. And, you know, we always know, I think the most common thing people think of is heart attack. Can you tell us a little bit about what a heart attack is?
Sure. So heart attack is something you never want to experience. First of all, it can be a life-threatening emergency. Essentially what happens is the arteries that supply blood to the heart muscle and the oxygen to that blood vessel either become narrowed or completely blocked. And this causes the muscle to be starved of oxygen. It can actually cause the heart muscle to die.
Yeah, that's a very scary thing. You don't want to hear about your heart. We are talking with Dr. Jared Romeo from UPMC. And so, Doctor, we talked about the heart attack itself. Talk through some of the signs or symptoms that people could look for to say, uh-oh, maybe I'm going into this.
Yeah, so it happens to both men and women. And this typically occurs to older people, but especially men, once they hit the age of 45, we really want them to start thinking about it. And women, especially over the age of 55, you really need to look out for the signs and symptoms of this. And it all starts with your family. So if you do have a family history of early heart disease, a sibling, a parent at a young age that has blockages or heart problems, you may be at risk or higher risk than the general population for these things. So you want to ask your doctor if you should be screened for heart disease. Other big risk factors for heart attacks and heart disease, number one is smoking, having diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, eating diets that are high in fat and carbohydrates, being obese, overweight, and not exercising, being sedentary. Exercise is one of the best things we can do to stave off heart disease, and it's something we can control. There are a few other more rare things. Inflammatory conditions like rheumatoid arthritis, certain cancer treatments can increase your risk. So there are many things that affect the heart that we need to keep an eye on.
And it's better to be safe than sorry, I would think. So if you're noticing anything, you should definitely get in touch with a doctor or the emergency room or somebody like that. But, along those lines, doctor, what should people do if they think they are having a heart attack in that moment?
Yeah, so if you feel that you're having a heart attack, the first thing you need to do is call 911. We always caution people that if you're worried about it, just pick up the phone. It can be dangerous to drive yourself to the hospital in these situations. And although it may seem faster to have a family member or someone take you, it's faster and safer to actually just call the ambulance. There are medical professionals there who can take care of you and already start treating you in the field as you're coming to the hospital. So I would say wait for the ambulance, try to stay calm, and don't take any medications until you actually talk to the paramedics on the ambulance.
Yeah, it's always better to have a practitioner available rather than like your great aunt Tess or something, because she's not skilled in that way. Obviously, when you're doing all of this, you don't want to get to the point of a heart attack. So I would say, doctor, one of the best things to do is to get checked by a cardiologist. Can you talk about why that would be important after those ages you mentioned specifically?
Yeah, I mean, we have to remember that heart disease is still the #1 cause of death in the United States, meaning that 1 out of 3 people, their cause of death is actually heart disease. So by going to a specialist to have your heart checked, we'll check several things. We'll look into risk factors, some of the ones I mentioned, risk for diabetes, blood pressure, your weight, your cholesterol levels, and we'll also help get you on a plan, whether that's testing, medications, or just lifestyle changes on how you can lower your risk for heart disease as much as possible, or if you already have it, to treat it before it gets to the point where you're winding up needing to call 911 or have a heart attack. We think it's especially important to get checked every single year for this type of thing. With everything that goes on in the years and how busy everyone's life is, we try to remind people, especially now during Heart Month, to check in and remind them to get their annual heart checkup.
Well, and as Doctor just said, you can go to the UPMC Heart and Vascular Institute because they do offer in-person and virtual screening opportunities. Simply visit upmc.com/heart. Dr. Romeo, thank you so much for this. I really appreciated the conversation. Keep up all the great work over at the at the hospital. We really appreciate it. You're a hero to us all, so keep that up. But I appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks a lot, Brian. I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, it was a great conversation with Dr. Romeo. When I come back, we'll get you caught up on some news from around the league on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
With the NHL app, you can listen to every NHL game right from your phone. And with home and away broadcast feeds, you choose your way to listen. Whether you're at work, at the gym, or stuck in traffic, the NHL app puts you right in the action all season long. Every team, every game, everywhere you go. Download the NHL app and never miss a moment.
Tender Care Learning Centers, the early education professionals, has been providing quality child care and preschool education for over 40 years. To find one of our 20 convenient locations near you, visit tendercarelc.org. Tender Care Learning Centers is the child care provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
As the official professional products partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Kimberly-Clark Professionals deliver trusted brands like Scott, Kleenex, and Wipe-All to deliver game-ready hygiene solutions that keep facilities clean, efficient, and prepared for action. Learn more at kcprofessional.com.
Spun around the board, Sid to Brian Ross. Tough angle shot. He scores! Rusty Shakes are back, Pittsburgh.
50% off at the Milkshake Factory.
You heard that right, Pittsburgh. Brian Rust here letting you know that I'm bringing back Pittsburgh's #1 milkshake. Rusty's Shake is a rich chocolate shake with oven-baked brownies, crushed cookies and cream, and hot fudge topped with whipped cream and a chocolate 17. When you hear this, come down to the Milkshake Factory for half-off shakes.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
The Pittsburgh Penguins are brought to you by our founding partners, Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh's entertainment destination. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, back to the Penguins Live Intermission Report with Brian Metzer.
Penguins lead the Devils 1-0 after one period of play on a goal by Tommy Novak. Whenever we come back, Joe Brand and Phil Bork with second period action on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
I'm Katie Nolan, and I host a show on SiriusXM Mad Dog Sports Radio called Fan Service. It's a show that is as much yours as it is mine. It's all about conversation. I'll throw out some things that are on my mind, but it's really a space where you can ask about anything going on in the world of sports and pop culture.
Thank you for having a refreshing way of approaching sports media.
Fan Service with me, Katie Nolan. Weekdays at noon Eastern, only on Mad Dog Sports Radio Channel 82 in the car and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Feel the pulse-pounding drama of the UEFA Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC. The stakes are raised as Europe's elite.
Real Madrid do what they do best. A five-star show from Manchester City. What a start for Inter.
Battle in a quest for club soccer's ultimate prize.
This is the place where dreams come true.
This is where legends are made. The Champions League knockout stage on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
MLS, NWSL, the USL, and more, covering the beautiful game here at home. American soccer lives on Sirius XM FC 157.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires! He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Tommy Novak with his 12th goal of the season. It was on the power play. As the Penguins ahead 1-0 through 20 minutes here in Pittsburgh. The Penguins' first game back since the Olympic break. Now credited with 9 shots on goal against the Devils 6. The Penguins trying to continue the success they had before the break. Good to see them jumping out to a 1-0 lead, but obviously the New Jersey Devils with a couple of high-quality chances, pal. Artur Shilovs has come up big a few times tonight.
No, amen to that. Artur Shilovs was really, really good in that first period. And the Penguins, as many good things as they did, and they did a lot. They had a great start, and they did create offense in different ways. But just to end the first period, I mentioned the turnovers. I don't even want to look at the sheet on the amount of turnovers because no disrespect to the score here in Pittsburgh, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 2.
It's 6, but
it's 6.
The Devils have 7.
Yeah, and like I counted from up here, probably more like 10. But that's okay. It's something that's easily correctable. It's something the Penguins always talk about when they don't have their A game is about managing the puck and don't beat yourself.
Fourth line starts this second period once again for the Penguins. Opening faceoff is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane Club 1 Rewards. Penguins in their alternate third gold jerseys, attacking from right to left with Artur Shilovs in net. The New Jersey Devils with Jacob Markstrom in net, attacking from left to right in their road white jerseys. Blake Lizotte over the Devils line at the far side, got poked to the puck along the wall. It's taken by Carlson. He'll wrist one, blockered out of there by Markstrom. As the puck goes rolling to the near corner, fight for it along the boards. Worked in below the goal line. Connor Dewar then thrown into the wall by Dougie Hamilton. Dewar gets up though, tries to work the puck along the boards. Devils finally kick it out to the neutral zone. Erik Karlsson collects though. He slides it rink wide to Nola Chari, who flips it down to the Devils end. Siegenthaler knocks it out of midair. And that high stick will stop the action. About a minute into this second period, Penguins lead 1-0, out-shooting the Devils 9-6.
Well, congratulations to Igor Chinakhov and his bride as they welcome their new addition, little baby girl. So not only dad strength, but something about having a little girl, right, Joe, that makes you a little bit stronger when it comes to doing your job.
You're pulling at my heartstrings, and I know you know from experience. Not only that, Blake Lizotte, too, a new dad as well. That's why he missed the game against the Buffalo Sabres right before the Olympic break. The new dad's all over as a shot sizzles wide of the net by the Devils. Over to the far half wall it goes. Pesce catches a high stick from Evgeny Malkin. It's going to be a penalty on the Penguins as soon as they touch the puck. Kovacevic flips it out to the neutral zone. It goes right to Timo Meier. He'll reset. Markstrom to the bench. Devils cough up the puck, though. Tommy Novak's got it, and the Penguins will go to the penalty kill for the first time tonight. They lead 1-0.
Well, your franchise leader in penalty minutes off to the sin bin. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to lift the stick of Pesce. Here's your call. Maybe the
Pittsburgh, number 71, 2-minute minor, high sticking.
Maybe the ref's mic will work this time, and it does. So just a 2-minute variety on Evgeny Malkin, but again, it's something you just have to be more aware of. I mean, I'm wasting my breath. Gino's not going to listen to me. He's not going to listen to anybody. That's just the way he's always played.
For the Penguins, to the PK for the first time tonight. Face off to the right of Shilovs. The Devils win the draw. Dougie Hamilton lost the puck for a moment. Back brings it to the near half wall, down to the corner. Tries to slide it over to the far side, but Connor Clifton gets there first and cleared it up, but it bounced over the Penguins, making the Devils bench out of play. Only 11 seconds gone in the Penguins PK.
The ref's going to get together here and talk about this. This is crap. I was going to say something else. It almost came out. The Penguins have a clear. They rim it hard around the wall. And just at the blue line, one of the Devils, and that's why the referees are all getting together, one of the Devils is sitting there and his stick is hanging over the boards. And so now they're going to say, and at first they said, oh, let's bring this back where it originated from. And now they got together and said, no, wait a minute here. That's on the Devils. They got to be a little more diligent on where they're putting this stick. You can't have it hanging over the boards into play. They're bringing this faceoff outside exactly where it should be.
That was an awkward bounce of the puck as it came back onto the ice, and that's why I had some trouble describing what had happened, because it seemed like Clifton had gotten around the boards as best as you could. Now it's Nola Chari taking the puck in the Penguins zone up to Connor Dewar. He'll take it into the Devils zone at the far point. Slides it to the slot. Wrist one. It went wide. Deflected and picked up in behind the net by Achari. Pokes it over to the far side. Nico Hischier collects. 1:20 to go on the Penguins PK. They lead 1-0 early in the second period. Hamilton in the high slot of the Penguins zone. Chips it down in behind the net. It's taken by Connor Brown. He's sandwiched around Clifton and Ryan Shea, but the puck still squirts over to the near side. Jack Hughes flips it up along the near wall. Dewar poked at it. The Devils keep hold of it, but now Ryan Shea will muscle the puck ahead to Dewar. He's alone, short-handed. In between the rings, he fires it off the side of Markstrom, and then I think it hit the post. The Devils will work it up towards center ice. Jack Hughes will cut over the Penguins logo and get it over the Penguins line to Connor Brown. 45 seconds to go on the Penguins penalty kill. And the Penguins have the only shot on goal of this power play for the Devils. Over to the far circle, it's Hughes. Overskated the puck. Kept it away from Brian Rust, though, but couldn't keep it away from Carlson. He'll flip it up but not out. Far point, it's pulled down by Dougie Hamilton. And now Blake Lizotte will chip it out into the Devils zone. 22 seconds to go on the Penguins PK with Malkin in the box for high sticking. Hischier over the Penguins line to the far half wall. Now rink wide past Meyer. One-timer got deflected by Dawson Mercer. He's down in a heap.
Hit him in the back of the knee. That'll leave a marking.
Devils still with it, down to single digits on the Penguins PK. Meyer to the high slot, rips one. Blockered away by Shelovs. Meyer feeds a backdoor pass to Mercer. Couldn't finish it off. Malkin's out of the box. Devils cough up the puck. Carlson's got it. Stretch pass ahead to Malkin. He's over the Devils line, but he had Nemitz. Now slows down. Rink wide pass looking for Kindle, but it's cut off by Gritsuk. He'll send it ahead to Mercer, speeding into the Penguins zone, then slows down at the near point. He was defended by Girard as the puck goes rolling all the way down to the Devils' end. And that'll be icing by the Penguins. 16-16 to go in this second period. Penguins lead 1-0.
Well, unleashing AI takes brain power and real power. From right here in Pittsburgh, EQT fuels the innovation, driving the next big play. EQT, unleashing America's energy future.
Tonight is Check Your Heart Night, presented by UPMC. The Penguins with a 1-0 lead over the New Jersey Devils. We're going to face off left of Artur Shelovs, who has stopped all 7 shots on goal by the Devils tonight, just 1 on their most recent power play. The Penguins, who have been struggling on the power play, continue their success on the PK. They've now killed 40 of their last 43 over the last 15 games.
Oh, not close to getting a shorthanded goal by Connor Dewar after a great outlet pass by Ryan Shea.
Penguins with a 1-0 lead. Over 4 minutes gone in this second period. Slow rolling puck in behind Shelov's net. But Bukestad cuts off a pass from Chris Letang. It's now worked up but not out. Devils took it back but coughed it up to Sam Girard, the newest Penguins defenseman. Letang tried to wheel it along the boards. That was cut off by the Devils. They'll play it over to the near side where it's cut off by Pesce this time. Down to the near corner. Sends it rink wide over to Hughes at the far point. He'll walk the blue line to the high slot. Now take it to the point. In the near circle, ripped a shot in the pad, saved by Shelovs. Rebound to the far side. Pesce sends it to Hughes. A hard hit from Brazeau on Pesce as Hughes tried to take it right towards the net. It got taken out. This is another penalty on the Penguins. Connor Brown in behind Shelov's net. Brings it over to the far side. Flips it up to the point. Rink wide pass to Hamilton. Down to Hughes at the bottom of the near circle. Flips it up Hamilton. One-timer. They score. In front, it's Paul Cotter with possibly a deflection. But the New Jersey Devils score on the delayed penalty, and they tie this game up at 1. It was a tired bunch for the Penguins out there. Every guy out there for at least 62 seconds.
Yeah, Paul Cotter's leading the conga line, so it tells us he probably touched it on that bomb of a one-timer by Dougie Hamilton. He was brought right to the ladies' tees as Jack Hughes from the near half wall sent it to Hamilton. And that one-timer, I'm not sure where it hit Cotter. I'm not sure it hit his stick or his body. I think more of the body. But you're right, the Penguins were reaching. They were tired. And they were standing still there. And the generous bounce goes the Devils' way, and it's now 1-1.
Cotter picks up.
Yeah, right in the shin guards. Sorry, partner, to interrupt you. I'm just watching the replay. Hit the shin guards of Cotter and then deflected down. Oh, wait a minute here.
Pittsburgh is challenging that there was goaltender interference prior to the goal.
Now, I was kind of, when I saw there was going to be a challenge, I was praying there was going to be an offside challenge, because this goalie interference challenge by the Penguins has not gone very well this season.
Well, if you take a look at the replay that they have on TV, Paul Cotter was at the top right part of the crease, then cruises over to the near side of it, with Shilovs hugging that near post.
I don't know. And the reason I don't think it's going to be is because Cotter's outside the blue paint. And I know he influences a little bit of the glove or the toe of Shilovs, Joe. But I think because Cotter is outside the blue paint, I think it's going to be okay. I think this is going to be a goal. And I think the Devils are going to go on the power play.
I mean, if anything, it looks like Shilovs is bringing his glove up towards Cotter.
Yeah, closer. He's coming outside the blue paint, and that's where the contact is with Cotter. I have a tough time believing this one's going to fly. Penguins lifetime on goalie interference, 16 for 39, just 41% success rate. And I'm not feeling too good about this one. Here we go.
After coach's challenge video review, the call on the ice stands. We have a goal.
So the Penguins will go on the penalty kill once again after, killing off a penalty. New Jersey scored on a delayed penalty, and then the Penguins are shorthanded once again.
Yeah, that's... I don't know how you challenge that, Joe. I don't know how you challenge it. I did not see anything there. And I know in the past, Dan Muse has said, I challenge it again. I would do it again. And I understand some of the other ones, but that one there, and Avery Hayes will be the man in the box serving that minor. So big part of the game right here.
Yep. Well, the Penguins on the PK with Connor Clifton, Blake Lizotte, Ryan Shea, and Connor Dewar out there. A 1-1 tie, both teams with 10 shots on goal. Devils are in the Penguin zone. It's Hischier ripping a shot that went wide of the net and rebounded all the way out to the neutral zone. Dougie Hamilton will settle it down. Well, the Devils, again, technically didn't get a power play goal just a moment ago, so they are 0 in their last 6 games after not generating one shot on goal on their actual previous power play. Yes, Shilovs making the stop over at the far side of the crease, but then with some pressure coming on, the puck squirted out in front of the crease, but the officials blew the play dead.
Yeah, it was to the right of Shilovs. So he was in between, right? Should I play it? Should I stop it? What should I do here? I'm not sure. And then he reached all the way across his body with his left glove hand to try to pin it to the ice. By then, Jesper Bratt got his stick in there and dislodged it. That was a bit of a scary moment.
Well, Penguins now win a draw. They carry it out to the neutral zone. Brian Rust will chip it down to the Devils' end. Marks him out of his net to play it. Sends it over to the far corner for Jack Hughes. His backhanded pass slowed down by the official. Brian Rust tries to milk off some more time of this penalty, down to his knees at the far corner, and now rolls out to Hughes, who will take it up ice, ahead to Hischier in the neutral zone, now in the Penguin zone, far corner. Cuts on a dime, takes it up to the half wall. Whiffed on a pass, Nola Chari will then clear it down into the Devils' end.
It was good pressure by Lizotte. He was not fooled by the spinning and turning of Hischier and stripped him of the puck and then got some help from his mate. Double Nichols, Nola Chari, down the ice she goes.
45 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. It's tied at 1 with 13:45 to go in this second period. Jack Hughes collects a rink-wide pass along the far wall, now sends it up ahead to Hischier. He's all alone in the Penguin zone. He fires off the crossbar. Rebound to the near point. It's settled down by Mercer with 30 seconds to go on the Devils' power play. To Jack Hughes above the circle, inside the circle now to the goal line, cuts around. Will take it to the half wall on the far side, try to chip a rink-wide pass. Connor Dewar's skates got in the way. Meyer now sweeps it up. Over to Mercer, near circle. Mercer drags, fired, got deflected. In behind the net, Hischier will play it off the end boards. Parker Wotherspoon finds the right angle to clear it down.
Well, once again, this Penguins penalty kill. We got a little luck from the iron there, but mostly rock solid once again.
Avery Hayes is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Tied at 1 with 13 to play in the second period. Meyer chips it to Mercer, far side. Now it's flipped up to the point. Back to Mercer at the far half wall. To Pesce in the circle. He'll hang on to it. Rink-wide pass. Nemitz has to play it off the boards. The pass was out of his reach. He sends it deep to Mercer. Up top in the slot. Bounces off the skate of Meyer. And now it's taken by Avery Hayes in the neutral zone. He'll chip it down to the Devils' end near corner. Chips and chases after it. Pokes it over to the far side. Malkin comes swerving in. Tried to kick it along the far wall. He pries the puck free from Meyer. To the point, it's Letang. Went for a pass to Malkin, but it went off his skate out to the neutral zone. Penguins looking to reset now. Sam Girard, the newest defenseman for the Pens, sends a rink-wide pass that's taken away by Cotter. He'll bring it up ice into the Penguin zone. Slows down at the far point. Got it to Siplikov. Now it's worked over to the far half wall as Malkin will take it, carry it through the neutral zone. Tommy Novak over the Devils line to the near side. Went for a centering pass that went off a Devils skate. Down to the near corner it goes as Pesce fights for the puck against Chinikov. Out to the near half wall. Siplikov will sweep it out to the neutral zone. Girard cuts that off. Got it to Novak. He's over the Devils line in the slot. Rink-wide pass. Shot coming. And it went high of the net of Chinikov's wrister.
Just when he went to pull the trigger, it flipped up on edge. And that caused Chinikov to airmail it.
Under 12 to play in this second period. A 1-1 tie between the Pens and the Devils. Rink-wide pass to Novak. He'll send it into the Devils zone near corner. Actually got slammed into the walls by Kovacevic. As the Devils try to work it out the other way. As it's poked away, Cody Glass, the former Penguin, lost the puck to Mantha. He took his time with it. He'll just pitch it back to Ryan Shea, allowing the Penguins to try to reset some things, but a pass over to Connor Clifton was out of his reach. Luckily, it went out to the neutral zone, and the Penguins will kick it down to the Devils' end far corner. Mantha pokes it ahead to Brazeau. Kicked out of there by Markstrom. At the far corner, it's sent along the far wall by Hamanaho. He'll carry it over the Penguins' line far side and chip it down to the corner. Shea plays it off the end boards, works it over to the near side. Flips it up to the near boards to Mantha, out of his reach, goes into the Devils' end, but right on net to Markstrom. He pitches it out to the neutral zone. Rakell cuts it off. He flipped it over the Devils' line. It was right in the reach of Brazeau, but he would have been offside. Now the Devils are in the Penguin zone. It's Brad above the near circle. Beautiful move. He fires on a pad save by Shilovs. Now a sweeping centering pass. That's kept out by Shilovs as well.
Oh, Archer Shilovs, you're out of your mind. 1, 2, 3 huge saves to keep it 1-1.
Both teams with 11 shots on goal and a 1-1 tie. 10:38 to go in the second on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
It's now a 1-1 tie here in Pittsburgh. The Devils tying things up, scoring on a delayed penalty from Paul Cotter, his 6th of the year. About halfway through this second period, New Jersey out shooting the Pens 12-11. We'll get a face-off to the right of Artur Shilovs, that is, in the Penguin zone. It'll be Ben Kindle against Jack Hughes to take the draw. And it's worked in behind the Penguins' net. Parker Wotherspoon first to get there along the near corner, but then stripped of the puck, taken back by Ben Kindle. Kindle skates it up ice. Nice move to get around Hughes, then takes it over the Devils' line. A pass from Brian Russ looking for Avery Hayes. Out of his reach. Devils take it the other way. Connor Brown in the Penguin zone. He gets poked to the puck by Parker Wotherspoon. Jack Hughes sweeps it up to the near point, out of the reach for Nemitz. Out to the neutral zone it goes. Brendan Dillon will flip it over to Jesper Bratt. In between the benches, he got it to Nemitz, who got tripped down. This is going to be a penalty on Avery Hayes now. The Penguins are going to be shorthanded once again.
Avery Hayes got caught in the neutral zone. A little flat-footed, reaching.
Pittsburgh, number 85, minor penalty, slashing.
Well, the Penguins are 2 for 2 on the PK in this period, but again, the Devils' lone goal coming on a delayed penalty.
And I'm pretty sure that Dan Muse has made a little bit of a switcheroo here with the center iceman. I think he has taken Ben Kindle and put him up with Avery Hayes and with Brian Rust, and taken Ricard Rakell, who was up there with those two wingers, and moved him down with Mantha and Brazeau.
Well, the PK unit out there now for the Pens with Shea, Dewar, Clifton, and Achari. Devils working the puck around. High slot, it's Nemitz. Far circle, shot coming, saved by Shelov. Second attempt, kept out of there by Shelov with a stretching left pad save. He denied Gritsuk, who was at the top of the crease and somehow couldn't sweep it past Shelov.
How did he make that save on Gritsuk? That was unbelievable. The puck was to his right. I believe that was Mercer down on the goal line. And so you have to respect that if you are Artur Shelov, that he's not going to shovel it short side between the posts and your body. He sends it back door to Gritsuk, who has a wide open net. It's completely wide open. And somehow Shelov is able to throw out that left pad, pin it to the ice, and rob Gritsuk.
The Devils control after another draw in the Penguins zone. 1:35 to go on the Penguins PK. Tamanaho at the far circle, down below the goal line. Taking it behind the net, now flipped back up to Hamanaho at the circle. At the corner he dances, high slot Nemitz. Cruises in to Hamanaho, one-timer. Got deflected, out towards the front of the crease it goes. Noel Acciari will hustle it out to the neutral zone and try to swat it down into the Devils' end. Penguins exchanging some bodies as a stretch pass ahead, looking for Mercer, was out of his reach. Letang will get it to Wotherspoon, who tried to crank it out of the Penguin zone but couldn't. Nemitz walks the blue line. To the high slot he brings it. One arms it to the far point for Jack Hughes. He's stripped to the puck by Rust. Lazat got it back to Rust. 2-on-1 for the Penguins. Rust to Lazat and stuffed out by Markstrom.
Oh, what a beautiful play by Ryan Rust to hang on at the very last second. Send that back door to
Blake
Lazat. And he tried to tap it in, and the big body of Markstrom shuts it down.
Penguins knock down a pinballing puck and clear it down to the Devils' end again. 35 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. It's a 1-1 tie with 8.5 to play in the second period. Devils pitch it back. It's Jack Hughes now to Jesper Bratt. He'll take it over the Penguins line to Brown at the near point. Flips it up to Hamilton. Along the blue line, got it to Hughes at the far half wall. He brings it down to the corner. And behind the net to Hischier. Bratt to Hamilton. And a sprawling save by Shelov.
Oh, Artur Shelov just dialed in.
10 seconds to go on the Penguins PK. Devils still with it, though. Hughes at the near circle. Down to the corner for Hischier, the captain. At the hash marks, he got it back to Hughes. Works up along the near boards. Now to the high slot. Hayes is out of the box. We're back to 5-on-5. Hischier near circle. Fired it on net. Stuffed out by Shelov. Second attempt, Tom Makel's shot. And it hit the side of the cage. Well, there might have been shouldered out of there by Shelovs, and now the Penguins do clear it down to the Devils' end. Avery Hayes chips and chases, but the Devils work it along the near boards. It's Siplikov sliding it over to Hischier over the Penguins line, far side. Chipped up to the point, out of the reach of Tommy Novak. Spun over to the near corner for Siplikov. He'll work it along the near boards. Chinikov tried to get around Cotter as the puck was right behind Malkin. He didn't see it. Now the Devils take it into the Penguin zone. Kovacevic, here's a wrister from Cotter, and that's blockered away by Shelovs. Devils still with it. Another shot on, and the glove save by Shelovs to keep this game tied up at 1. 7:20 to go in the second period. And Artur Shelovs has kept the Penguins with an even score of 1-1 against the Devils. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The NFL's top draft prospects are ready to showcase their talent at the Scouting Combine.
He's an accomplished route runner. He can separate. He's an instant starter. He is awesome.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio will have exclusive interviews with general managers, head coaches, and prospects as they prepare for the NFL Draft.
There is a surplus at certain positions this year where, hey, if we don't get one free agency, it's pretty deep in the draft.
Coverage continues all week on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Coolius.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Coolius. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on Sirius XM.
MLS, NWSL, the USL, and more covering the beautiful game here at home. American soccer lives on Sirius XM FC 157.
Still tied at 1 here in Pittsburgh, and Artur Shilovs, the Penguins goaltender, a big reason of that. 14 saves on the New Jersey Devils so far tonight. The Penguins are being outshot 15-12. We're going to face off to the right of Shilovs in the Penguin zone. Well, there is Ricard Rakell centering Brian Rust, and who is that over there? Blake was no.
Yeah,
Avery Hayes is back.
Yeah,
okay.
They're back together.
Penguins win the draw, but it's sent all the way down to the Devils' end. This will be icing by the Pens.
Hey, quick reminder about Mega Millions. Yeah, tomorrow night's Mega Millions jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $458 million. Yeah, $458 million. Don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. You got to be 18 or older, and please play responsibly.
If you didn't hear, Penguins fans, the Jerseys for Warmth charity auction to benefit Dollar Energy Fund is now open. Bid on game-worn jerseys from Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and other Penguins players. Bid today at auctions.nhl.com. Avery Hayes carries the puck over the Devils' line, far side. Here's a delayed penalty. Hayes towards the net, backhand shot, but Markstrom with a save. Jonathan Kovacevic is going to go to the box, and the Penguins will get their first power play since the first period. And Avery Hayes mixing it up with Kovacevic.
You're about to go on the power play. You can't get sucked in here. And Avery Hayes, they're going to check Avery Hayes. It's a high stick around the face of Hayes. I think the linesman checked Hayes and gave, it wasn't the peace sign. I think he was trying to say it's a 2-minute, not a 4-minute.
New Jersey, number 8, 2-minute minor.
Well, they really limited the officials on their calls tonight.
Yeah, that's that referee. He's one of the newer refs. That's Stephen Hiff. This is his 53rd NHL game. He's made the majority of the calls for penalties, and a little bit of trick. Maybe somebody's playing a little trick on Stephen there with the ref mic.
His joke microphones are doing a great job tonight. Well, the Penguins are on a power play. That's no joke, and they could use it. A 1-1 tie with less than 7 to play in the second period. The Devils quickly win the draw, though, and clear it down. Lone goal for the Penguins so far tonight. Tommy Novaks was on the power play. They're back in the Devils zone. Sarah Carlson sending a rink-wide pass to Malkin. It got slowed down by Mercer, but now Malkin will send it rink-wide to Carlson again at the point. Kicks it down to the far corner for Mantha. Pitched along the wall to Malkin at the near circle. Works it up to the point as Carlson had to hustle after it. Heischer works it out to the neutral zone, but then lost it to Rakell. Not much structure going on for the Penguins right now, but Brian Rust in the Devils zone. Near point, it's Malkin. High slot, Carlson. Far circle, Rakell. Cuts in, forehand, denied by Markstrom. Cleared up and out by the Devils. Right on net to Artur Shilovs. He'll stop it with his stick. About a minute to go on the Penguins' power play.
Nice move and good idea by Rakell. He's just in too tight to get a shot off.
Penguins back in it. Wrister by Malkin and a save by Markstrom. Sliding to his right to keep it tied at 1. There's exactly a minute to go on the Penguins' power play. About 6 minutes to go in this second period.
Dan Buse is going to get that second unit out there. What gets me excited about the second unit? Igor Chinakhov.
Yeah.
He's on that second unit. I was nothing against Anthony Mantha, but I think I would have Chinakhov on that first unit. With no Sidney Crosby in the lineup, that shot by Chinakhov out there with Malkin. Come on, baby. Let's see it happen.
One of the more lethal shots not only on the team but maybe in the league. The Devils work it out to the neutral zone. Penguins have to reset. 50 seconds to go on their power play. We're tied at 1 with under 6 to play in the second. Penguins are over the Devils line a little bit awkwardly along the near boards, but they get it to Letang. He'll send it to Kindle. Far circle. Wrister. Didn't get through traffic. Novak at the far corner. Works it up to Kindle at the half wall to Letang, but out of his reach, out to the neutral zone it goes.
Yeah, that's a break there for the Devils and Jonas Siegenthaler, who blocked that shot with his open left hand, and he is in a boatload of pain.
Stretch pass ahead up to Chinakhov. He flipped one on net. It was poked out by Markstrom, and then a high stick by the Penguins stops the action. 19 seconds to go on their power play. 5:15 left in this second.
Much like their 5-on-5 play, this power play, they got. I know this is such a cliche, and you know, Joe Williams in section 212 could tell you the same thing. They got to simplify it. Just take what is given, simplify things. It's not the shot that's going to go in, the initial shot, but if the shot is on net, there's a good chance there's going to be a second or third opportunity.
Joe Williams is at this game?
Joey Williams, yeah.
Chinakhov downstairs. They go for a backhand try, and that's kicked out by Markstrom. Penguins still with it. Kindle on the far side, up to the point for Letang. Standing up and out of the box is Kovacevic. We're back to 5-on-5. Down below the goal line, Novak trying to tuck one home. Kicked out by Markstrom and then stopped a backhand shot as well. Penguins still with it. Still 5-on-5. 4:45 to go in this second period. A 1-1 tie. In behind the net, Novak tied up against the wall to Brendan Dillon. Now to the near corner. Justin Brazeau pokes at it, but Brett Pesce will kick it along the near boards. And it's taken away by Jesper Bratt. In between the penalty boxes, he works it into the Penguin zone. He gets thrown down to the ice by Letang. This is going to be a penalty on Chris Letang.
Yeah, this is a dive here by Bratt. That's why Letang is hot. I don't blame you, Chris. And I don't like this call at all. And once again, it's the same referee. It's the youngster, Stephen Hiff, making this call again. Has he made all the calls on the penalties? Pretty close. And this is just hockey, man. Just let it go. I do not like this call at all.
Pittsburgh number 58, minor penalty, interference.
No way, man.
Letang gives the officials a piece of his mind on his way to the box, and the Penguins are shorthanded when we come back. 4:27 to go in the second, a 1-1 tie against the Devils on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
Keeping your home warm in the winter and cold in the summer, Mitsubishi Electric is a top manufacturer of heating and air conditioner products. And they're hiring. To elevate your career in engineering, project management, product assembly, and more, visit meppi.com/careers.
A 1-1 tie here late in the second period, and the Penguins are going to be shorthanded again. Chris Letang in the box for the next 2 minutes. 4:27 to go in this second. Again, a 1-1 tie, and shots on goal even at 17 apiece.
And the importance of this game is huge. When I think I kind of look around the league, the Bruins are leading the Blue Jackets 2-1, and the Canadians are leading the Islanders 2-0. And what a game in Raleigh. The Hurricanes were up 3-0 in that game. Tampa came back, made it 3-3. Carolina 4-3. Tampa just scored. It's 4-4. So the three teams right around the Penguins, the Blue Jackets, the Islanders, and the Hurricanes, they could all lose tonight. The Penguins have got to find a way to stay out of the box, stop turning the puck over, and get their lead back.
Ryan Shea almost drawing a penalty from Connor Brown. Here's a shorthanded chance. Stretch pass to Connor Dewar, and a pad save by Markstrom.
Second shorthanded breakaway for Connor Dewar, and he gets robbed twice by Markstrom.
1:40 to go on the Penguins PK. A 1-1 tie with 4 minutes to go in this second period. The New Jersey Devils on their 4th power play of the night. As here's another tumbling puck to Dewar in the neutral zone, in the Devils zone, looking to get around Hamilton. He fires, and a save by Markstrom. Nola Chari works his way to the puck, takes it in front of the crease, but then got stripped of it. Jack Hughes will take it the other way. Hughes over the Penguins line, slows down above the circle. Now at the half wall on the near side, flips it up to Hamilton in front of the blue line. High slot to the far circle. It's Bratt back to Hamilton. To Hughes above the near circle. Hughes towards the slot for Connor Brown. Back to Hughes, back to Brown. One-timer wide of the net. Out to the far point it goes, the rebound. To the high slot, Brown's got it again. To Hughes at the hash marks of the near circle. Up top, Hamilton a blast. Blocked by Nola Chari. He'll clear it down.
Oh, that one-timer by Dougie Hamilton. It's a bomb, and once again, Nola Chari giving up the body, the block, and then stays with it, wins the puck battle from Hamilton, and sends it down the ice.
Here's what I was going to get to earlier. In 4 power plays, the Penguins have just as many short-handed shots on goal as the Devils have with a man advantage. Wow. Here's Nemitz to the far circle, one-timer wide of the net. Meyer collects the rebound near half wall, chipped it deep, rolls over to the far half boards for Haminaho. Now to Mercer at the circle, to Haminaho at the corner. Up along the wall, off the skate of Blake Lizotte. He'll muscle it out to the neutral zone. Carries it into the Devils' end. Defended by Nemitz. Slows down at the circle. Buys some time. Takes it to the half boards. Chips it down to the corner. 5 seconds to go on the Penguins' penalty kill. Letang standing up in the box. He's now out of there. We're back to 5-on-5. Penguins have the puck.
What an impressive kill that was. Super, super aggressive, but smart aggressive. And now we got a penalty coming up against the Devils.
With 2:15 to go in the second period, a delayed penalty here on the New Jersey Devils. Sheloff's to the bench, 6-on-5 for the Penguins right now. Parker Wotherspoon takes his time with it, sends it ahead to Ricard Rakell. Now to Malkin through the neutral zone, over the Devils line, near circle, a wrister and a save by Markstrom. With exactly 2 minutes to go in the second period, the Penguins will get a man advantage.
It's Nemec. This is something behind the play. A good 75 feet away from the puck.
New Jersey number 17, minor penalty, holding the stick.
And there it is, the same referee. Again, it's the youngster, Stephen Hiff, making the call. What a night for Stephen Hiff.
Well, this is the 3rd power play for the Penguins. They're 1 for 2. That's their lone goal tonight.
I'm telling you, this is an absolute gift. I just watched the replay. If that's holding the stick and that's the standard, then we're going to see each team with about 15 power plays by the time we're done here tonight.
The Penguins keep hold of it after the draw. Carlson in the high slot, shoveled it to Rust at the half boards. Now towards the net, he fired. It's quickly cleared out by Brendan Dillon. Sheloffs plays it, slides it to Carlson. And Anthony Mantha filling up the top power play unit with Sidney Crosby on the injured list. Penguins back in the Devils zone, but they cough up possession. Brett Pesce will slam it off the glass in the near boards all the way down to the Penguins' end. Rough start for the Penguins power play here with 1:24 to go on the man advantage. Again, power play time is matched up with how much time is left on the clock here in the second period. Carlson takes it in the Devils zone. Rakell gets it high slot to Mantha above the near circle. Slid to Carlson, high slot, far circle Malkin. Rakell, touch pass to Carlson. Rakell, one-timer wide of the net, and the rebound all the way down to the Penguins' end.
Yeah, Ricard Rakell knows better than that to try to go far post and in. Just put it on the net. It's not the shot. It's not the initial shot that's going to do the damage. It's what happens after that initial shot hits the net.
Rakell back in the Devils zone, lost the puck. It swept up to the point. Carlson keeps it alive. Rink wide to Mantha. 46 seconds to go in the period with the Penguins on the man advantage. Rister got deflected, goes over to the near corner. Brian Rust pokes it along the near point. Mantha tried to keep it onside, couldn't. Connor Brown chips it out. Racing after it, it's Bukestad in the Penguins zone, far side towards the net. He's got Sheloffs out, and a backhanded shot, a diving attempt by Brian Rust to keep the puck out of the back of the net.
I don't know if Erik Karlsson's hurt or just out of gas. He completely gave up on that play and now drags himself to the Penguins bench.
Penguins dodge a bullet, but they're back in the Devils zone with 15 seconds to go in the period on the man advantage. Chip down to the corner along the end boards. Brazeau waits, but Dillon gets there first. Poked along the far wall, Malkin cuts it off to Letang, high slot to Malkin with 5 seconds. Above the circle, Arister got blockered wide. 2 seconds, Chinakov's got it up to the point. Letang doesn't have enough time, and that'll end the second period. So the New Jersey Devils tie things up, scoring on the delayed penalty. The Penguins' PK looked pretty good in that period, but unsuccessful on 2 power plays. It's a 1-1 tie through 40 minutes. And something going on to delay everyone to get to the rooms right now, but it does look like they'll go on their way. It's a 1-1 tie through 2 periods here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, if it's not for the Penguins penalty killing and Archer Shelovs, I don't know if this is a 1-1 game. Give Markstrom some credit. He's done a pretty good job down the other end for the New Jersey Devils. But this Penguins penalty killing, not only did they kill, but they had a chance to put a couple of biscuits in the basket with Connor Dewar with 2 clear-cut breakaways, shorthanded. Again, the Penguins, they gotta tighten things up. They gotta get better. These types of penalties, none of them are good penalties. They're all reaching. They're all kind of lazy penalties. They got to tighten that up and start managing the puck better. And this is a huge game. I mentioned what's going on in Boston with the Blue Jackets, what's going on in Montreal with the Islanders, what's going on in Carolina with Carolina and Tampa Bay. It's a huge 2 points for the Penguins on the table.
20 minutes to try and figure things out against the New Jersey Devils. Until we get there, Brian Metzer will keep us nice and cozy with the second intermission report. As the Penguins and Devils are tied up at 1, you're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. The UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Want to rack up some points? Join #1 Cochrane Club One Rewards and turn your vehicle into a scoring machine. You'll earn points with every dollar spent on service and can redeem points for dollars off a new vehicle or future service. Plus, save on gas and rental cars with our valuable partner perks. Score your free membership now at club1rewards.cochrane.com. #1 Cochrane, official auto group of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Steel City knows a thing or two about winners. When it comes to environmental services, WM has been winning for over 50 years. We have over 45,000 MVPs on our roster across North America, from truck drivers to sales professionals and everything in between. And right now, we're looking for Pittsburgh area professionals to join our winning team because doing what's right for our planet is vital work. Best tackled together. We offer competitive pay, great benefits, and tons of other perks. Start your new career by visiting careers.wm.com. That's careers.wm.com.
Hey, Pens fans, Colby Armstrong here. As the official security partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins, the local team here at Vector Security is committed to protecting homes and businesses throughout southwestern PA. They are headquartered here. Their families eat, shop, and go to school and church in our communities. So they have a vested interest in keeping the homes and businesses of our neighbors safe and secure. Visit vectorsecurity.com/pens for a free security assessment that will address your unique needs. That's vectorsecurity.com/pens.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
And welcome into our second intermission report, where the Penguins and Devils are tied at 1 after 2 periods of play in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back here with you, and the lone goal comes off the stick of Paul Cotter, his 6th of the season, from Hamilton and Jack Hughes. That came at 4:56. Penguins tried to challenge that one, looking to see if their goaltender was a little interfered with, but it ended up being an unsuccessful challenge, and the goal stood up. Penguins had to go to work on a penalty kill after that, which they were successful at. Killed off a couple more through that period as well, as Avery Hayes went for slashing, and then Chris Letang late in the period for interference, but they were able to take care of those. Had a couple power plays of their own as Nemec and Kovacevic, sorry about that, Kovacevic. I think of our writer down here, Dayon, that has the same last name, when I say that name, but he went for high sticking and then holding the stick for Nemec. They weren't able to cash in on those. Shots on goal in the period were 12-11 in favor of the Penguins, and they had a number of really quality scoring chances, including a late breakaway for Connor Dewar. He wasn't able to cash in. Artie Shilos has been really spectacular in this game, making a number of outstanding stops for the Penguins throughout the night, and that's been really a difference maker. While they have not been able to cash in, he has ensured that the Devils haven't either, and that's why we have a 1-1 game. When you take a quick look at scoring chances in the game, it is 18-13 in favor of the Devils, but those high dangers so far are slanted in the direction of the Penguins, 9-6. So pretty interesting hockey game. It's not been a ton of shots, but the shots that are there have been really remarkable. When we come back, a conversation with the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, and we'll get his thoughts next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com or an office near you.
Proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Office is Pittsburgh.
It takes real beer to quench real thirst, to give you real satisfaction. Iron City Beer is the perfect result of the skill and knowledge developed through 164 years in the business. Go on, grab one.
It's hockey night in Pittsburgh, starring a lineup of Ford MVPs here to take on the ice.
The Bronco family and Explorer putting a twist on the classics. And the Mach-E, can I just say, it's electrifying.
Absolutely. Blink and you'll miss the Ford Mustang.
And the Ready for Anything F-Series, best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Wow, I'd hate to go up against this team.
Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Pittsburgh Penguins and Mitsubishi Electric have teamed up to transform the game day experience with the new state-of-the-art Diamond Vision video display system. See this display in action and find out why they are known as the makers of amazing by visiting MitsubishiElectric.com today.
Dear team, thanks for showing up for me with the best face paint and taunting the other team in the kindest way. For standing on your seat when I need the support and screaming until your throat hurts because you know it makes a difference. For wearing my number. For being the best teammates a player could ask for. At Highmark, we're proud to be cheering alongside the best teammates. Fans like you. Because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Official health plan of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This is the Penguins Live Intermission Report.
Penguins and Devils tied at 1 after 2 in Pittsburgh. Brian Metzer back here with you, and now joined by my good buddy, the old 2-9er Phil Bourque. Borky, we made it back. It's been a long time since we've been in this booth. How was your break?
My break was. I wish I got more sleep.
I know that.
Yeah, playing a lot of dad. It was great. I got to reintroduce myself. Remember me, kids? I'm your dad. Yeah, I'll be gone again.
Now you have to break their hearts again and leave.
10-game road trip pretty soon. But yeah, I think for everybody, it's nice, but it's awkward too, right? Because if you've been in this business as long as we have, a couple days, 3 days, 4 days off, we're like, okay, this is great. Okay, let's get back at it. When we go 21 games, we feel like something's missing in our lives, and it was NHL hockey.
Yeah, it was really like, it doesn't happen that way, because breaks we've had in the past, even for that kind of thing, haven't been that long.
Not that long.
Your thoughts on how the Penguins have responded to that? Because they've not been a team that weathers those breaks very well, and it seems like they have their legs, at least.
I'm not worried about their legs and their energy. It's definitely there. It's what's between the ears.
Yes.
Whether it's the penalties, some penalties just not smart at all. The puck management has not been great. Just too many turnovers for me. And so, thank goodness the penalty killing and the goaltending has been off the charts in this game. That's a big reason why it's 1-1.
Your thoughts on Chilos tonight? How big was that Olympic opportunity for him, and maybe translating into a nice stretch drive for the Penguins? Because they're going to need their goaltenders.
I would imagine. I talked to Ricard Rakell about this, and he said, yeah, it mattered that you're on the ice, and then the games that they played, they were so high tempo that you couldn't help but be in game shape.
Yeah.
And so I would think those guys would have an advantage. And for Chilos, it looks like Markstrom looks good too down the other end.
He does, yeah.
And he was playing in the Olympics for Sweden.
Sure was.
So the goaltending looks like it hasn't skipped a beat. There's some other things lacking in the game, I think, for both teams as far as managing the puck. But as far as the goaltending, I think both guys have been off the charts good.
What are you expecting with the loss of Sidney Crosby for upwards of 4 weeks? They've kind of shuffled lines around a little bit tonight. Rakell getting some center work. Is that something that's going to be a long-term thing, or do you think Kyle Dubas might look for some sort of stopgap fix there?
I think he's going to stick with Ricard Rakell.
Yeah.
I think, Rax played quite a bit of center, when he was playing junior hockey and the like, and he's been there before, whether it's in Anaheim or Pittsburgh. He's spent some time there before, and he welcomes it. He enjoys it. It's a lot easier, I think, for a wing to go to center than for a center to go to wing. There's just different responsibilities. For sure. Ricard Rakell's fine doing that. Some people want to see Ben Kindle at 18 years of age. Give him more. I said, I think you still got to be careful with Ben Kindle on how much you're force feeding him. But he looks really good too. He looks like a young kid that's missed playing the game. He's got a lot of jump in his legs.
Borky, in about our last 40 seconds or so, is goal scoring going to be a problem for this team? They've had some platter chances tonight, and the finish hasn't been there. Is that just working through the rust of that break?
I think it's too early to tell. It's just one game off a 3-week break.
No doubt.
I think if you talk to me in probably 5 games after this break, I'll have a better idea. But there's too much skill out there. I don't think. Listen, of course, nobody's going to replace Sidney Crosby. I think that's safe to say. But I think there's enough guys out there that have more in their game, are going to be given more opportunity, whether it's power play or 5-on-5, more opportunity. And I think there's a bunch of guys out there that welcome this, that they embrace this, and say, give me a little bit more. I'm ready for it. I can give you more offensively.
Yeah, they're champing at the bit to get back to action here after that break. Borky, thank you for this.
Okay, pal.
That is the old 2-9er Phil Bourque, and it's great to be back talking pucks with him, which we did a little bit of during the break as well, I should mention. But when we come back here, news from around the league, you'll hear it all next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Ford F-Series are the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh for 11 years running. So it's no wonder that Pittsburgh's favorite hockey team choose Ford as their go-to vehicles. Yep, that's right. Your favorite team meets our favorite team. That's a stacked roster if you ask us. Ford, the official car, truck, and SUV of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Kimberly-Clark Professional is proud to be a champion sustainability partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Together they are driving change to help reduce impact through a commitment to sustainable products and services. Learn more at kcprofessional.com/sustainability.
Official bank of the Pittsburgh Penguins. We've realized our teams aren't that different. We both have great checking, at home and on the road. With FNB's league-leading banking app, you get access to a deep lineup of checking accounts. And we both know the importance of big saves, like saving you time with our eStore Common app. One application for all your goals. Can your bank do that? Find out at fnb-online.com/eStore. FNB, member FDIC.
Pittsburgh-based EQT Corporation is the top natural gas producer in the United States and is a proud sponsor of the Pittsburgh Penguins' pathway to net zero. EQT is an industry leader in cutting emissions and using our region's clean resources to replace dirtier sources of energy overseas. EQT and the Penguins are focused on achieving key climate goals and reducing emissions across Pittsburgh and beyond. Visit EQT.com to learn more about how EQT is moving towards the future and setting the standard for production of affordable, reliable, and clean energy.
Protecting your assets should not be. When it comes to insurance, employee benefits, or surety bonding, rely on the industry experts at Suber to help you minimize risk, maximize potential, and improve your bottom line. Suber, an official partner of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
This segment of the Penguins Live Intermission Report is brought to you by Smith's Hot Dogs, proud sponsor of the Penguins, and official hot dogs at PPG Paints Arena.
And welcome back into our second intermission report, where the Penguins and Devils are tied at 1 after 2. Brian Metzer back here with you, and we're heading down towards the trade deadline. As we all know, it's just about a week away, and Tyler Myers was a late scratch for the Penguins, or the Penguins, the Canucks 3-2 overtime loss against the Winnipeg Jets on Wednesday, and they called it roster management purposes. And Adam Foote said, "I found out last night it may happen, and then was told after the morning skate that we'd have to take him out." So keep your eyes on all that kind of stuff at this point, because as we always say, the trade deadline is one of those big hockey holidays that everybody really enjoys, and we'll all be paying close attention to see if Kyle Dubas is going to do anything, or what all the GMs around the league are going to be doing in terms of taking care of their business. Evander Kane is another name from the Vancouver Canucks that has been rumored to be on the move. A couple of Calgary Flames have come up in a lot of trade rumors. I know people locally here in Pittsburgh have tried to tie the one gentleman to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and that's Nazem Kadri. Calgary. I don't know that that's a reality or something that we really can consider, but that's a name that is going to be mentioned in trade rumors for sure. Blake Coleman, his teammate, we are all familiar with him from his days with the New Jersey Devils. He was a big-time player when he was in the division, capable goal scorer and a guy that can go out and play a good two-way game. Keep an eye on those players in terms of player and trade rumors. When we come back here, third period action. Will we have a goal scored to break the tie? Well, Joe Brand and Phil Bork will let you know next on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
MLB Network Radio on Sirius XM gets you ready for opening day with a tour of spring training.
The amount of young talent is phenomenal.
Hear interviews with all-stars.
This is Mookie Betts.
I'm Aaron Judge. And insight and analysis of all 30 clubs.
There's nothing wrong with having teams at the top of the sport that you're trying to take down.
Talk baseball with our experts on Channel 89 in the car. And listen to your favorite team's spring training show anytime on the Sirius XM app.
NHL Morning Skate.
Former National Hockey League head coach and Team Canada assistant Pete DeBoer.
Game 7s, you got unmatched success.
I think as a coach, just set the table for your players that the plan they have will result in a win. You know, there's a relaxation to the preparation, I guess, is probably the best part of it.
NHL Morning Skate. Weekdays at 7 a.m. Eastern with Gord Stellick and Scott Laughlin. NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app. Under review.
And stop making excuses for bad goaltending. And is it bad? Is it horrendous? If you don't win because you don't make a save or two, yeah. The nature of it is the goaltender is responsible for 90% of the action. He's got to stop the puck. Why do we keep making apologies for goaltending? Stop it.
Under review with Mick Kern. 11 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, Sirius XM 91, and the Sirius XM app.
The hockey talk never stops on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Bedard and Celebrini, they've been this good this quickly. This has set us up for the next 20 years.
Our lineup of former players and team executives give you an inside look at what happens on the ice and in the front office.
The season being so condensed, any small little off-ice issue turns into a tsunami.
Plus, you'll hear the biggest matchups every night. To McDavid, it's all on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91 in the car, and on the Sirius XM app.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Centers. Hockey comes alive. Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Well, an important final 20 minutes of this one. The Penguins and New Jersey Devils tied up at 1 through 2 periods here in Pittsburgh. Penguins will travel to New York tomorrow, take on the Rangers Saturday afternoon before being back home against the Vegas Golden Knights on Sunday. Again, the start of 3 games in 4 nights for the Penguins, who are trying to pick up the success that they had before the Olympic break and carry it into the first game after it against the Devils here tonight.
Well, I mentioned it before, these types of games, you got to be comfortable being in uncomfortable situations, and that's kind of what this is. I think the Penguins know they don't have their best here tonight, but you know, you can kind of bundle it up here and 20 miles for 20 smiles. You know, you just bring your best here in the third period. And this is where maybe you'll see a little fatigue from the New Jersey Devils coming off the break, playing in the second game of a back-to-back situation.
Penguins now attacking from left to right in their alternate third gold sweaters. Artur Shilov's in net for the Pens. He's been fantastic. 17 saves tonight. Meanwhile, Jacob Markstrom has been pretty dandy himself. 19 saves against the Penguins. The New Jersey Devils attacking from right to left in their road white sweaters. This will be icing by the Devils. Opening face-off to begin this third is brought to you by number 1 Cochrane, Club 1 Rewards.
Yeah, no big advantage here on face-offs. Both these teams right around the middle of the pack. 15th and 16th ranks for each team. Face-off dot.
Both goals have been scored with a man advantage. The Penguins had it on a power play. Tommy Novak in the first period. New Jersey tied things up in the second period on a delayed penalty. After that, every team has gone scoreless in the power play as the Penguins ice it down now. Just 15 seconds gone in this third period. going to face off to the right of R2 Shilovs. So it'll be the Chinakhov, Novak, Malkin line. And Jack Hughes wins the draw, got around Novak, but then down to his knees at the corner, lost the puck. Penguins trying to work it out of their zone. Malkin along the near boards, coughed it up to Hughes, centering pass to Bratt, now to Brown on the near side. Below the goal line, then that trip to the puck by Erik Karlsson. Penguins will work it out to the neutral zone. It's Chinakhov getting crafty with it over the Devils line, and then lost it at the high slot. They had a wide open counter, Brown, but couldn't fire off the pass.
I really wish the Penguins would stop turning the puck over.
Devils with possession now, re-rack in their own zone. Penguins get a change. Not even a minute gone in this third period as Avery Hayes puts a heavy hit on Nico Hischier, the Devils captain, along the near boards. Now the Pens are over the Devils line. It's Letang, near side, shot on net wide. Russ takes the loose puck at the far half wall from the corner, tried to chip it up to Rakell, but it's taken away by Dawson Mercer. And behind the net, over to Timo Meier, now flipped ahead of the neutral zone. Hischier finds Mercer over the Penguins line, far side, he'll chip it down to the corner. Slowly rolls along the end boards. Letang coughed it right up to Pesce, near half wall. He got slowed down into the boards by Avery Hayes. Now the Penguins work it out. It's Girard over the Devils line to Rust at the far circle. Went for a centering backhanded pass, couldn't connect as it got blocked by Kovacevic.
Almost a great give and go there between Girard and Rust. And that just hit a toe of a skate there as Rust tried to give it back to Girard in front of the net.
Penguins with it again in their own zone. Girard sends it ahead of the neutral zone. Nemitz quickly cut it off, though. Devils have some trouble holding on to the puck. They chip it down to the Penguins' end near corner. Letang races after it. Tries to play keep away from Hamanaho. Fight for the puck along the near corner. Hamanaho pitches it up, but right to Ben Kindle. He'll sweep it along the near boards. The Penguins kick it out rink wide to the far side. Nemitz is the first one there. Sweeps it ahead to Gritsuk. He's over the Penguins line. Far side, down to the corner, along the boards. Works around Ben Kindle. Now a shot on net that's kicked wide. Either traffic in front or Shilov sticked it over to the near side. Either way, Hamanaho turns around, fires a shot. That's blocked by the Penguins. Puck now to the near corner. Kindle couldn't have it. Cody Glass does. His shot gets deflected right in front of the net as Gritsuk will take it again for the Devils at the near point. Taken back by Ben Kindle now. They'll send it to behind the net for Letang, trying to slow things down for the Penguins. 2.5 minutes gone in this third period, still tied up at 1. Malkin's over the Devils line to the near corner. Nice move around Siegenthaler, but it was too far. Along the end boards, it's now cleared down to the Penguins' end. This will be icing by the Devils. Tied at 1 with almost 3 minutes gone in this third period.
Hey, when America needs a power play, EQT delivers. Fueling freedom, strengthening allies, and unleashing U.S. LNG, liquid natural gas from right here in Pittsburgh. EQT, unleashing America's energy future.
Another reminder that tonight is Check Your Heart Night, presented by UPMC. Penguins playing in their third out of 4 games against the New Jersey Devils. Right now the season series at 1-0-1. Losing a shootout contest back in November in New Jersey and then beating the Devils here at home in January. They'll wrap up the season series in April out at the Rock. Devils work the puck out to the far side. Novak sprints after it to cut it off from Maxim Siplikov, again acquired from the New York Islanders right before the Olympic break. They chip it down to the Devils' end near corner. Tommy Novak with a centering pass looking for Chinakhov. Hit off the side of the cage. Now Clifton's got it. High slot. Trying to dance around Siplikov. He gets it to Chinakhov. Wrister. Pad save by Markstrom. Rebound pops out to the far circle. Siegenthaler clears it to the wall as it's taken by Nick Bjugstad, the former Blue, playing in his third game with the Devils since the trade.
Former Penguin also.
Devils out to the neutral zone. Dump it down to the Pens end around the boards for Shilovs. He'll slow it down. They're kicked up ahead of the neutral zone, out of the reach of Connor Dewar. Jesper Bratt sent it rink wide. It got to Hughes over the Penguins line. Here's a one-timer Kovacevic. That's wide of the net. Just gliding into the Penguin zone. Had a loaded up shot as Jesper Bratt lost the puck to the far corner, but then takes it back, flips it up to the point. Sent down along the far boards, but Wotherspoon cuts it off. Now Connor Dewar will chip it down to the Devils' end near corner. Markstrom well out of his net to play it. Clears it out to the neutral zone. Carlson got a short pass out to Achari, who got an even shorter pass to Dewar. He'll chip it down to the near corner in the Devils' end. Timo Meier collects though, sends it over to the far side for Brett Pesce. Along the boards and now dip back for Hughes as the Devils will reload. Over 4.5 gone in this third period. We're tied at 1. Penguins are looking for their 30th win on the season, and also their 14th win at home this year. Avery Hayes gets it over to Rakell over the Devils line. Back to Hayes. Backhand wide of the net.
Oh, my goodness. Wide open net. Once he made that forehand to backhand, the net was wide open. It just rolled off the end of his stick.
And Samuel Girard loaded up a one-timer from the near point. It got a piece of Markstrom's glove, sizzled past him. Now Letang above the near circle. He sends a wrister. Pad save. Second attempt kept out of there on Rust's try. It's cleared over to the near half wall. Letang will get it to the point for Girard. Down to the corner for Rakell. Up top Letang. High slot. Drags and fires. Couldn't get redirected. Shot on net. A save by Markstrom to deny Rust again. And then he pounces on top of the rebound at the top of the crease. Excellent puck movement by the Penguins, but just can't find the back of the net.
Well, first you had the chance by Hayes, and then a few seconds later, the chance by Ryan Rust. And I'm trying to kind of stumble through my words here as I wait for a replay, because I have no idea how Brian Rust was not able to put this in the back of the net for his 20th of the year. It was a really smart decision. I love the shot selection by Chris Letang at the point. It's low, it's hard, it's on goal, and Markstrom kicks it right out to Brian Rust, and he pumps it at the net. I don't know if it hit Markstrom or the defenseman in front, but what a sequence there for the Penguins.
Right now they've got 2 saves from Markstrom on that sequence. 14.5 to play in regulation, a 1-1 tie. Connor Clifton kept it alive, and now it's taken the other way by Gritsuk. They'll send it rink wide. Devils over the Penguins line. Glass far circle. Shot got blocked. It popped up about 40 feet into the air. Tumbled down to the neutral zone near side. Siegenthaler will take it, send it rink wide to Glass. The former Penguin spins it around the boards. Gritsuk at the near half wall took a hard check from Clifton. Poked away by the Pens. Brazeau will sweep it up to Mantha. In between the penalty boxes, he gets it to Kindle. Over the Devils line, in the slot, now to the near circle. Brazeau at the corner, centering pass. It goes to the far side for Ryan Shea. Now to Kindle, far circle, towards the crease. Turnaround shot, wrister went wide. Brazeau takes the rebound off the end boards to the near corner. Kindle sweeps it up to the far circle for Clifton. In the slot, now to Shea, bounced off his skate, goes over to the far corner. Glass couldn't get it clear as Shea takes the puck back though. The high slot for Mantha, sweeps it to Clifton, far circle, back up to Mantha, far circle Shea, unloads, off the crossbar again. Clifton a drive, off another crossbar, they score! They just wouldn't give up. And Connor Clifton picks up his second goal with the Penguins with a blast from above the near circle. They retake the lead. It's 2-1 with 13:30 to go.
Bombs away. Holy moly. What a shift by the Penguins. You know, the most obvious thing are the 2 bombs, one by Shea and the other one by Clifton. The one by Shea clunked the crossbar. It comes right out to Connor Clifton. Nobody knew where the puck was after the Shea shot hit the crossbar, but Connor Clifton. And he knew, because everybody's looking around for the puck, I can settle this down and I can unload. And he let it rip. And as Markstrom was diving to his left, trying to make the save, zingo! It goes up over his shoulder, hits the back bar. The Penguins have their lead back. It's now 2-1.
The Penguins with the last 4 shots on goal, and it's Connor Clifton finally finding the back of the net.
Yeah, Blake Lizotte just took, I think, a stick to the face. He's going right down the runway. He's sprinting into the Penguins locker room. I did not see what happened, but he grabbed his face and bolted off the ice.
So the Penguins with a 2-1 lead, but only 7 minutes gone in this third period. A lot of hockey to be played. And again, right now, Penguins without Blake Lizotte. Devils take it to the far side of their own zone. They get it to Nemeth, sweep it up to Dillon. In the neutral zone, he'll send it rink wide. Chinakhov cuts it off. Malkin plays it off the far wall from Chinakhov's pass. Now a stretch pass to Chinakhov in the Devils zone. Cuts through. He scores! More wizardry from Igor Chinakhov and the chemistry from Evgeny Malkin. A 2-goal lead for the Penguins here in the third period.
Dad strength. Yeah. Oh, that was unbelievable. That stretch pass by Evgeny Malkin, it was a 50-foot bullet, tape to tape, and Igor Chinakhov It was like rockets were coming out of his backside as he exploded towards the goal. And what a move. And you're right, great word, wizardry by Igor Chinikov to cell shot, go from the backhand to the forehand, and then shovel it between the legs of Markstrom, and you blinked, it's 3-1 Penguins.
His first goal as a dad, as he welcomed his baby daughter into the world just the other day. 3-1 Penguins, and a 2-goal cushion feels nice right now, but 12:28 to go here in the third period. We'll go to a break. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The NFL's top draft prospects are ready to showcase their talent at the Scouting Combine.
He's an accomplished route runner. He can separate. He's an instant starter. He is awesome.
And SiriusXM NFL Radio will have exclusive interviews with general managers, head coaches, and prospects as they prepare for the NFL Draft.
There is a surplus at certain positions this year where, hey, if we don't get one free agency, it's pretty deep in the draft.
Coverage continues all week on NFL Radio Channel 88 and the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Join me, Gord Stellick, and Scott Laughlin as we recap the night that was on NHL Morning Skate, weekday mornings at 7 a.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91.
The biggest names in the game.
Trying to get behind Ristolainen, walks in, put it between his legs, shoots it, score!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM. Hockey lives here.
Suzuki sweeps it, there's a chance, rebound, Caulfield shoots and scores!
NHL play-by-play on SiriusXM.
Well, in a flash, it's 3-1 Penguins. Connor Clifton gives the Penguins back the lead in this third period. And then a give and go from Evgeny Malkin to Igor Chinikov has given the Penguins the first 2-goal lead of the night. 3-1 they lead with 12:28 to go in regulation.
Oh, you're cooking with gas, man. When you get a goal from Tommy Novak, and then a goal from Connor Clifton, and then a goal from Igor Chinikov, that's spreading the wealth.
And a couple of fantastic saves by Artur Shilovs, who just stopped another pressuring attempt from Timo Meier. Racing after a loose puck in front of the Penguin net. A backhand shot from Meier, and Shilovs aggressive on top of it. Makes his 19th save of the night.
You're right, Joe. That chemistry, right from the jump, right? Evgeny Malkin and Igor Chinikov, just because you were born in the same country doesn't mean you automatically have chemistry. But man alive, do they ever have it.
Malkin with 2 assists in this game. He also extends a home point streak to 9 straight games. There's a shot from Meier in the high slot that Shilovs blockers away. The second longest home point streak in the NHL right now, only behind Nikita Kucherov. 2 goals, 9 assists for Malkin during that stretch. And Igor Chinikov now has points in his last 4 games as Avery Hayes tries to muscle his way into the Devils zone and then takes a hard check from Kovacevic. Now stolen away by Brazeau, kept alive by Kindle. Wrister saved by Markstrom with a blocker.
Oh, is he flying? 81 in gold. Ben Kindle, he is absolutely flying out here tonight.
Devils back in the Penguin zone. It's Jack Hughes' backhand pass to the far circle. Didn't get through, but Brown's got it. One-timer from Hamilton. It's blocked by Brazeau. Second attempt, sticked wide by Shilovs. Up along the far wall, Brazeau tries to stop it at the half boards. In behind the net it goes as it's taken by Letang at the near corner. Spring-loaded pass ahead to Anthony Mantha. Now it's Kindle racing into the Devils zone. Working around a loose stick. It's Mantha. Wrister in front. Brazeau down to his knees at the corner. Tries to feed a pass to Kindle. He couldn't get a shot off. Out to the point it goes. Mantha to Clifton at the near point. He hangs on to it. Dances. Wrister deflected wide. Redirection over to the near corner. It's taken by Brazeau at the half wall. He chipped it to Mantha. Couldn't get it to him though. As Jack Hughes will sweep it out to the far side. The pass goes off his skate. It's taken back by Mantha. Tries to get past Dougie Hamilton, who went upstairs with a hit on him. But Hamilton took the brunt of that collection. And now the Penguins will take it the other way. It's Malkin with a rink-wide pass looking for Chinakhov off the bench. They got angled wide by the Devils. Taken by Brendan Dillon. Kicked along the near wall. As Gritsuk sends it rink wide, it's a racing Hamanaho. Shot on net, saved by Shilovs, and behind the net goes over to the near corner. Hamanaho works it up to the high slot. It's Nemitz. Chips it back to Hamanaho at the circle. Shot on net, saved by Shilovs. Chinakhov tried to sweep it away. It's taken by Gritsuk again. Far corner of the Penguin zone. Rink wide to Nemitz. In the near circle. Drags and fires. Blocked by Connor Clifton. To the near wall. It's taken by Malkin. He'll sweep it up to the near neutral zone as Chinakhov collects. Buys some time with it. Still got it to Malkin. Chinakhov again. Drags and fires. It got blocked. Over to the far corner. It tumbles. Nemec will take it and chip it along the end boards. Penguins will get a change with a 3-1 lead and under 10 minutes to play in regulation. Penguins now out shooting the Devils 30-24 as New Jersey ices the puck. So give the Penguins 9 shots on goal in the opening 10 minutes.
Can I give you some birthdays?
Let's do it.
Logan Stankoven, 23. Alex Turcotte, 25. Jacob Trouba, 32. Barclay Goudreau, 33. Mikhail Granlund, 34. Marty Reisner, 49. PJ Axelson, 51. And Slippery Rock, Joey Mullen. Joey Mullen, 69. A 3-time Cup winner, 2-time Lady Byng winner, and Hockey Hall of Famer in 2000. Joe Mullen, 69 today. Happy birthday, boys.
Happy birthday, boys. Penguins with a 2-goal lead right now with 9.5 to play in regulation. Devils have it in the Penguin zone. A centering pass at the far corner from Bjugstad. Shilov sticks his stick out there to break the puck. It pops up and goes out of play. We'll go to a break with 9:28 left in regulation. Penguins lead 3-1 on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
The fabulous trio, Evgeny, Sydney, Chris. I'm excited for these guys. They're going to do it, Phil. They can do it.
You know what? We're under the radar. Whether you're talking about Schultz Ford or you're talking about the Pittsburgh Penguins, we've gone through cycles. We've gone through ups and downs where people say they're not going to do it. They're over the hill or whatever.
You know what they say?
Hockey!
What Richard and Phil are really trying to say is there's a Ford in your future. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles, lock in our $500 best price guarantee, and find us at any of our 4 Schultz Ford locations, where great deals are always nearby.
Glassmere Fuel Service is hiring CDL fuel delivery drivers. We're building a new starting lineup in Altoona, plus hiring new drivers in Latrobe and Tarentum. Call 800-235-9054 or apply today at glassmerefuel.com.
No matter the occasion, there's always a reason to celebrate with a DQ ice cream cake. Creamy DQ soft serve and the chocolatey crunch center is great at any get-together. Customize yours today at DQ.com. DQ is the official ice cream and ice cream cake of the Penguins.
On the ice, playing smart can sound like this. And in the grocery store, shopping smart will sound like this. At Shop and Save, you can have a game-winning meal plan with essential everyday Culinary Circle and Stone Ridge Creamery products. Stock up on our store brands and rack up your pump perks to redeem at 140 participating Sunoco locations. Shop, save, enjoy life. Penguins Hockey is brought to you in part by Kent State University, transforming dreams into achievements.
Penguins working with a 3-1 lead over the New Jersey Devils. 9:28 to go here in Pittsburgh. The Penguins out shooting the Devils 30-24.
I can't help but go back to earlier in this game. Again, the huge saves by Archer Shilovs and the monster penalty kills by the Penguins PK.
We didn't mention earlier, Blake Lizotte is back. Quick return for him out to the ice as Brett Pesce rips a one-timer well wide of the net. Tumbling puck to the far wall and then popped way up high into the air. It's swatted out by Ben Kindle to the neutral zone. Penguins finally sweep it out to the Jersey zone.
That was the rare defensive hand pass to hand pass without it being a whistle.
Penguins trying to keep it alive. Downstairs to Mantha, but just out of his reach to the far corner. He'll bring it. Now Ben Kindle races after the puck. Got it to Wotherspoon at the point, to Carlson near point. Lost the puck in the high slot. Kindle was there, though, as Gritsuk pokes it out to the Penguins zone. Parker Wotherspoon races it down. Swings it to the far wall. Mantha chips it off the glass. It tumbles in front of Ben Kindle. Here come the Penguins in the Devils zone. They've got numbers. Kindle to Carlson. Tried to go back to Kindle, but a diving Siegenthaler broke it off. Now a wraparound try from Brazeau, and the puck is kicked all the way out to the neutral zone.
And that wraparound, he got a lot on that. Brazeau came out from behind the goal on the forehand, and Markstrom put the paddle right down on the ice and robbed Brazeau on the doorstep.
8:20 to go in regulation. Penguins lead by 2. Letang over the Devils line sends a quick wrister on Jacob Markstrom, who gloves it over to his left. 8:17 to go in regulation. Penguins lead by 2.
Quick update on the other scores. That got one eyeball on our game, another eyeball on the scores, as the Bruins are now up 3-1 on the Blue Jackets. Islanders and Canadians in Montreal about halfway through the third period tied at 2. And that barn burner down the Tobacco Road, the Hurricanes on the Sebastian Aho power play goal have now got their lead back 5-4 as the Hurricanes led early on in that game 3-0. The Lightning came all the way back to make it 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, and now 5-4.
Here's Malkin on the doorstep, stuffed out by Markstrom. Almost caught a feed from Tommy Novak to send home. Malkin with 2 assists tonight as this one goes out of play. 8:07 to go here in Pittsburgh. Penguins lead 3-1. And the Penguins will be in New York Saturday afternoon and then here at home against the Vegas Golden Knights on Sunday. The first look at the Vegas Golden Knights for the Pens.
And the Rangers are home tonight to the Flyers, and the Rangers with a rare 2 goals on home ice. They're up 2-0 on Philly.
I'm wondering if they have a shutout at home yet this year on the winning end.
Oh, on the winning end.
As we know, they've been shut out quite a bit of times at home. We're going to face off to the right of Artur Shilovs. Sam Girard races after the puck. Now a stretch pass looking for Brian Rust from Ricard Rakell, but it goes right on net to Jacob Markstrom. He'll play it in behind. Over to Brett Pesce. Sent up ahead to Hischier, who gets it to Meyer over the Penguins line, right down the middle. Flipped over to the far circle. Nemitz with it. Centering pass. Hischier denied by Shilovs. Over to the far wall. Hischier's got it again to the point. Saucers a pass to Pesce. High slot. Down to the near corner for Nemitz. Shot got blocked. Actually popped up, skimmed the netting. 7:38 to go here in Pittsburgh. Penguins lead 3-1.
Oh, and another really good chance for the Devils. I mean, they have to be shaking their head. Team 32nd in the league in goals for, and they didn't play bad last night in their home loss to Buffalo. They had a bunch of chances in that game too, and here they've had they have 25 shots on goal.
Yeah.
Half of them have been really good chances, and Artur Shilovs has just been better.
I feel like that's kind of how their whole season has gone.
Yeah. Quick update from Montreal. Cole Caulfield with a power play goal. The Habs are up 3-2 on the Islanders.
And the Devils coming into this game last in the league in scoring, averaging not even 2.5 goals per game. And during their 4-game losing skid, they've collected a total of 3 goals. As Connor Clifton wrists one, blockered out of there by Markstrom. Connor Dewar will send it in behind the net. As the Devils have scored only, at most, I should say, 1 goal in all 4 of those games, and in danger of doing that again here tonight. Penguins with a 3-1 lead with 7 minutes to go in regulation. Blake Lizotte can't keep it alive in behind Shilov's net. New Jersey takes it away. It's Brown who flips it up to Nemitz, walks the blue line, back to Brown above the near circle. In the middle of it, curls it over to Pesce. He'll work it to the hash marks. Lost it at the corner. Blake Lizotte's got it. He'll take his time with it. Shovel it up the near side. Knocked out of the air by Pesce. Connor Clifton takes the loose puck, though. Brings it over to the far side and works it up to Connor Dewar. Jesper Bratt takes it away. His rink-wide pass to Jack Hughes goes tumbling on the near side, but he feels pressure. He has to go back the other way. Falls down to the ice. Nothing being called as the Penguins poke it along the near boards. Connor Clifton sends a hard 2 hands into Paul Cotter. 6:20 to go in regulation. Penguins lead 3-1. It's Malkin who has 2 assists tonight. Lost the puck. Siegenthaler tapped it ahead to Bjugstad. Now Cotter will find it to Siplikov over the Penguins line. Far circle towards the net. Got stripped of it. Tommy Novak sweeps it ahead to Malkin. He hustles into the Devils zone, far side. Chips it up to Chinakhov at the circle. Back down to Malkin, out of his reach, though. Collects, centering pass back to Chinakhov. He hangs onto it. Flips it up to Wotherspoon, high slot. To Carlson at the point. Fired it towards the net. Siegenthaler broke it over to the far side. Under 6 to play in regulation. Penguins lead 3-1. And they're now out shooting the New Jersey Devils 35-25. As Gritsuk takes it over the Penguins line near side, down to the corner, stripped of it by Erik Karlsson. Gritsuk takes it back in behind Shilov's net, up to the far point. Kovacevic a one-timer, slowed down by traffic in front. Karlsson's got it, he'll chip it out to the neutral zone. Brendan Dillon knocks it down with a left palm, and now it's taken by Gritsuk in the Penguins zone. Shovels it over, Haminaho fires a shot, it got blocked, pops up, skims the netting. 5:20 to go here in Pittsburgh, and it's the Big Mac attack when we come back. If the Penguins trying to add to their 2-goal lead. 3-1 over the Devils on the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Only on SiriusXM POTUS. This isn't team politics. This is right and wrong, and I'm calling it exactly how I see it. Democrat, Republican, doesn't matter. If you're dodging accountability, I'm coming for you. I ask the questions both sides hate, and the public deserves answers. It's my show. It says it right there in the title. I don't do excuses. I tell you exactly how I feel. But it's you, the listener, my callers, that keep it grounded. I just want an open, honest conversation. Catch my show, Straight Shooter with Stephen A. Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern on POTUS, channel 124, and on the SiriusXM app.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias.
If you're 500 right now, you must play over 600 hockey. How many of these 600 teams are sustainable? At the very end of the day, playing musical chairs, there's only going to be a few spots and way too many butts. And the teams that lose will make but. And I think for some teams, the math is already not on their side.
The Power Play with Steve Koulias. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
The best player analysts and insiders live on NHL Network Radio. Mike Johnson.
Just the nature of the NHL. As bad as things seem, as good as things seem, the NHL just has a way of leveling out. Everyone is doing okay, and it's just one real clump in the middle. No one's really separating. No one's really falling off completely.
Get the latest opinion and analysis you need on the home of hockey, NHL Network Radio, SiriusXM 91, and the SiriusXM app.
Perfect fit.
Penguins still working with a 3-1 lead over the New Jersey Devils. And with 5:20 to go, we are approaching the Big Mac attack. Penguins score in the final 5 minutes of regulation this year, or any game this year. You win a free Big Mac. Offer is valid 3 days after the Penguins score on the Big Mac attack. Just download your McDonald's app, claim your free Big Mac with a purchase of $1 or more. Devils win the draw, and they set things up in the Penguins zone. Jack Hughes' shot from the high slot, though, gets blocked by Blake Lizotte. Will backskate in his own end, resetting things for the Devils. We'll keep an eye on Markstrom here. Again, the Penguins lead 3-1 with 5 minutes to play. Pass gets broken off. Chris Letang's got it in his own zone. He'll backhand it up, looking for Achari. Tried to sweep it down to the near corner, but Dougie Hamilton cuts it off. Over to the far side, he brings it, now pitches it up ahead. Taken by Dillon again. In the neutral zone, he'll chip it down to the Penguins' end near corner. Played off the boards by Letang. Snaps it up to Noel Achari. He'll carry it towards center ice. And now dump it into the Devils' end near half wall. Swept away by New Jersey. Jack Hughes with it again. Dougie Hamilton. In the neutral zone sends it up to Timo Meier, but Brian Russ strips the puck away from him. Now back in the Devils zone, Avery Hayes all over Jack Hughes trying to get the puck, but can't. Hughes hangs onto it.
I was thinking the same thing as you. I mean, if you're the Devils, what do you have to lose here? And Sheldon Keefe not even looking down at Markstrom as we get to the 4-minute mark, and the Devils down a pair. Would you not entertain pulling your goalie somewhere between the 3 and 4 minute mark?
Partner, I could be wrong, but I feel like the same thing happened the last time the Devils were in town. Penguins won that game 4-1. I believe it was a 2-goal lead, and they didn't pull the goalie for the longest time.
Well, here you got an icing here, 3:52 to go. This would be the time. You look at where the Devils are in the standings. As you mentioned, you've lost 4 in a row. You've lost 6 of 7. And now Markstrom comes off. Okay, so yeah, this is the right play here for Sheldon Keefe and the New Jersey Devils to go 6-on-5 down a pair.
Yeah, because again, Despite New Jersey having their scoring struggles this year, they've got a lot of talent out there offensively. They do have the goalie pulled. It's 6-on-5 in favor of New Jersey with a face-off to the right of Artur Shilov's. Ricard Rakell to take the draw. Connor Clifton will backhand chuck it into the penalty box.
Uh-oh, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Are they waving it off, though?
No, they're saying it's a penalty. This is puck over the glass.
Got it.
Connor Clifton.
Pittsburgh, 2-minute minor, delay a game.
Put the clues together, and Connor Clifton's in the box for delay of game, and the Penguins shorthanded. Up by 2, 3:50 to go in regulation. Jacob Markstrom goes back to his net. And the Devils now with a man advantage without needing to pull their goalie.
Why are you putting your goaltender in here? I don't understand. Why wouldn't Sheldon keep your goaltender on the bench?
Well, the Penguins win the draw. They clear it down, and now Markstrom races after, I think, for that moment. But
now he goes back.
Yeah.
He was 7 feet from the bench, and now he sprinted back to his blue. This is craziness for the Devils.
Timo Meier in the Penguin zone, now near side, tried to go short side, and it popped up, went out of play. Markstrom was once again racing over to the Devils bench. 1:40 to go on the Devils power play, 3.5 to go in regulation.
Listen, maybe I'm overreacting here. It looks like absolutely zero urgency by Sheldon Keefe. They kind of look down like it's the middle of July, summer league. You look down to his goal like, yeah, come on, you might as well, yeah, come on over to the bench.
Well, I think to play devil's advocate, the Penguins can clear the puck. It doesn't matter about icing, so they can just toss it towards the empty net if Markstrom isn't there from the get-go, which is why you have him there initially. Now with the Devils racing up ice, Markstrom is starting to go to the bench. I get you now. He's taking his time. Now he goes towards the bench. Devils have it in the Penguin zone. Connor Dewar's got it. He'll backhand it out to the neutral zone. It's knocked out of midair by Bratt. So now 6-on-4 for the Devils with an empty net. 1 minute to go on the Devils power play. Just under 3 minutes to go in regulation. Penguins lead by 2. Hughes in the high slot to the far circle. Now back up to Hughes. Back to Bratt at that far circle. To Hughes at the far half wall. Inside the circle now. Up top Nemec. One-timer wide of the net. Achari's got it. Tried to clear it. Blake Lizotte got in the way of it. Knocked it out to the neutral zone. With 45 seconds to go on the Devils power play, they are offside entering the Penguins zone. 2.5 to play here in Pittsburgh. The Penguins lead 3-1.
And I understand your point, Joe. I'll say one more thing and I'll shut up about this. The reason I would take my goaltender out on that face-off that was won by the Penguins, maybe if you have the extra guy out there, it'll help you win the face-off. He might be a free body that can get to the loose puck on the face-off to give you a chance to make it a one-goal game.
I hear you. I think it's a layered conversation, but I hear you. Markstrom again darts back to the bench. 6-on-4 for the Devils, and a blocker save from Shilovs on a wrister from the high slot that went high. Hughes has it at the near point. 30 seconds on the Devils power play. Wrister gets blocked. Penguins fighting for it in the slot. Devils come away with it. It's Hughes at the far half wall. In the circle. Up top, Hamilton. Shot on net. Saved by Shilovs. Fight for the puck in front of the crease. Mercer's got it as there's a pile-up in front of the net. And now it's stolen by Blake Lizotte. A wide-open net. At center ice, he fires and scores! The short-handed empty net goal gives Blake Lizotte on the score sheet, and the Penguins a 3-goal lead. It's 4-1 Pens with 2 minutes to go here in regulation, and free Big Macs for Penguins fans.
Well, once again, Artur Shilovs made a save on Dougie Hamilton. He never saw it. I think he just heard it hit his blocker. And then all HE double hockey sticks kind of broke out. It was a mad scramble. The puck ends up getting recycled back out to Hamilton. He tries to send it back door, picked off by Lizotte. Lizotte got his feet moving, and I think he really wanted to give this to Brian Rust for his 20th, but it was just too risky. And once he got over the blue line, he said, I'm not messing around with this anymore. He goes bullseye. It's 4-1 Penguins.
The Penguins are Looking for their second straight 4-1 victory here at home against the New Jersey Devils. And Blake Lizotte scored the last goal in that game as well. Shot from Dillon at the near point. Another save by Shelovs. Rebound goes over to the far side.
That was off the stick of Clifton, so he's making saves against the Devils, but also against his own mates. Man, Shelovs dialed.
4-1 Penguins with 1:20 to go here in Pittsburgh. Siplikov over to Dillon. There's the Devils. Chip it into the Penguin zone. Ryan Shea cuts it off, clears it out towards center ice. Well, the Penguins are looking to move to 15-3-3 after the Christmas break. Pick up a win in their first game after the Olympic break. As Gritsuk's into the Penguin zone, his pass gets blocked, goes over to the far corner. Ryan Shea comes away with it. Less than a minute to go here in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins lead by 3. It's Chinakhov again, cutting through at the far circle. He gets taken down on top of Cody Glass. They just play on, though. As Gritsuk fires it on net, Shelov sticks it over to the far corner. Ryan Shea collects, pitches it up to Chinakhov. Taken by Tommy Novak, who started the scoring in this game. A power play goal in the first period. Has it in the Devils zone. Ryan Shea, far circle, whiffed on a wrister. Puck sitting over at the far point. It's poked down to the corner for Novak. Rink-wide pass played off the near boards by the Devils. Hamanaho clears it out towards center ice. 10 seconds to go. Brazeau in the Devils zone. Down to the corner. Clock down to 5. Now the Pittsburgh Penguins get back to their winning ways. Post the Olympic break, they're winners once again. A 4-1 victory over the New Jersey Devils. Artur Shelovs with another sensational outing, 28 saves against the Devils. And the Penguins pick up their 30th win of the year here in late February.
What a huge win. And I'll tell you what, that's a pesky New Jersey Devil team right there. They mean in the back-to-back situation, coming off an Olympic break, they deserved a better fate here, I think. If it wasn't for Artur Shelovs and the Penguins penalty killers, man alive, I don't know where this game would have went, because the Devils, they really played a hard game and they got some great chances. They just couldn't solve Artur Shelovs.
The scoring struggles continue for New Jersey, who now has just 4 total goals in their last 5 straight games, and those are all losses. Again, they entered this game averaging less than 2.5 goals per game. They scored 1 here tonight. Now the Penguins pick up their 30th win of the year, their 14th win at home, their 24th win when scoring first, and also their 11th win against a divisional opponent. Let's go on downstairs and bring in Tommy Novak after this 4-1 winner over the Devils. Tommy, how'd you feel out there? I mean, first game back after 3 weeks off. How'd you feel?
The first couple periods, but I think we settled in nice and played a really good third period to close it out.
Tell me, would you say this game kind of sums up the way your season has gone? You got offense. You had the first goal there, but Chinakhov chips in. You got a goal from Clifton. You got a goal from Lizzo at the end there. That everybody seems to chip in. Everybody seems to have said, I want a piece of this. I want to be involved with something that might be something special here.
Yeah, for sure. I think, we do a good job of rolling 4 lines. Everyone gets a lot of time usually. A lot of penalties and power plays the first couple periods, but I think everyone got into a rhythm there in the third. Big empty net goals, and everyone chipping in for sure.
Well, a long stretch coming back will allow you to catch your breath and stay fresh out there.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's Tommy Novak after the Penguins take down the New Jersey Devils 4-1 here at home and start a stretch of 3 games in 4 nights with a victory over a divisional opponent. We'll take a break. Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer start the post-game conversation up for us before Borky and I wrap up a few more things here from PPG Paints Arena. You're listening to the Penguins Radio Network, presented by S&T Bank.
This is Labatt, brewed for the hockey fans who yell, shoot it from the cheap seats, and scream, ref, you suck, like it ever worked. You pound on the glass, spill your beer, and still act like you're running the power play. But hockey wouldn't be hockey without fans like you and a Labatt in hand. Labatt, we're brewed for the roast. Enjoy responsibly. Labatt USA, Buffalo, New York.
Stewart's 2 has $4 Labatt Blue bottles during all Pens games.
Hi, Joe Stefka here for NSS Life. For well over a century, we've been providing a smarter, more affordable way to deliver financial security for families across America.
And hi, this is Phil Bork. NSS Life is a great company that continues to offer charitable, social, and educational opportunities. Plus, their annuities ensure that your money is safe and grows every single day.
NSS Life, where family matters.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Pittsburgh Penguins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Penguins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Penguins. When you're craving a savory snack that's energy boosting, nitrate free, high in protein, and full of flavor, you want the original Mr. Donair beef jerky. High quality protein, finest U.S. beef cuts, nitrate free, premium meat snacks, power play performance. Mr. Donair, proud to be the official jerky of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Hey, Pittsburgh fans, this is Phil Bork. In hockey, big goals cause big momentum shifts. As we all know, our Penguins have scored a lot of big goals. As a founding partner of the Penguins, PPG also likes big goals and is pursuing them off the ice to better the Pittsburgh community and the world. Together with the Penguins, PPG increases access to free STEM education through the annual Science at Play and Sticks and STEM events at PPG Paints Arena. We like big goals because when we score them, we all win. This is Phil Bork, the old 2-9er. Smith's is the official hot dog of the Pittsburgh Penguins and PPG Paints Arena, with recipes over 85 years old. Ask for Smith's hot dogs by name at Giant Eagle and other fine retailers. Smith's, it's a hot dog night in Pittsburgh. SmithsHotDogs.com.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
This is the Rivers Casino Penguins Live postgame show. Here are your hosts, Paul Steigerwald and Brian Metzer.
A very impressive first outing out of the gate after the Olympic break for the Pittsburgh Penguins on so many fronts. Just a tremendous win for the Penguins, 4-1. Artur Shilov sparkling in goal. Some really beautiful offensive play.